This fucking idiot. Do you see this, Sal? This dumbass did his whole intro muted.
Why do I always do that?
I mean,
Said about
how many years you been doing this show?
Dude, it was so good too.
Holy shit. We're 4.5 years in. We're 4.5 years in, and Larry just brought all of his energy on the mute button.
But how many times have I done that?
Enough that you should know not to do it. I looked up, like, all right, if you're still coughing and you're over there, like, about to bust it, like, aneurysm.
Well, there's the cough. That ruined it all. Anyway, so, hey, here we are, folks. And guess who we got? He's in he's a city slicker tonight, right? As Justin would say. But first, let me introduce Mr. Justin at Run DFF on X. Justin Rodgers, the crocodile hunter.
Yo,
what's up, my man?
Hey, I'll find out tomorrow. If I got drawn for the alligator hunt this year. Larry, did you put in your application, or did you forget and not do it?
Challenging. It was you had to I had to join some other thing. I don't know, man.
You had to create a profile. Yes, you had to create a Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks profile, and then you had to pay $2.34 and do the application. Yeah, I know. Very tough.
That was tough. No, I clicked on. You were like, "Here's the link to sign up." Now, first of all, let's bring on the SFB Podathon.
You're bringing me on? I've been here the whole time.
I know. He's still here. Dang it. I just butchered this whole intro for this big show, too. Anyway, Sal Leto's here. We call him a lot of things, but I don't know. We'll just welcome him today because he's up in the sky right now, man. He's like working that Batman light. So if Batman is in need, you shine the light up into the sky. Is that where you're on a rooftop somewhere, man? What's going on?
Yeah, it's a rooftop known as my living room. This is a curtain.
Okay, I legit thought that was a green screen behind you. There's a physical curtain behind you.
So I'm going to stand up for a second. I'll show you my knob. By the way, fishbowl merch.
Yeah,
go to fishbowl merch.
Oh man!
Behind here, this is my apartment. I live in Brooklyn, New York. Behind here is my gym. My pole gym.
Oh my God!
So when you're working out, do you flip? Is that curtain double sided so you can have a view of the city while you're working out?
The other side is somehow it's reflective of me. I get to see myself. No. I keep the curtain open pretty much all the time, except for
I can't believe
if I'm going to record or if I have a lady. No, I'm just kidding.
I
show the city skyline.
Yeah. We all know. We all know Sal's true identity.
Yes.
We talk about it. It'll come up, I'm sure, throughout the show. But
right.
just hashtag LISK. Hashtag LISK.
Yes. Rex Huerman. Yes.
He will keep the bodies behind. Oh no, there's nobody here, officer. Just this beautiful view of the New York City here. No one behind that curtain, bound and gagged.
I hunt alligators. Sal hunts a little bit differently. That's all it is.
That's right. That's probably why he moved to Brooklyn. Right? He's he could be the
target-rich environment. It's a target-rich
I have to draw him off the scent for sure.
He could be the bisque. The bisque.
Oh yeah, right.
All right. So we got. I don't know. There's so much to talk to Sal about. We are giving away 2 Scott Fish Bowl spots tonight to some lucky people that just did something simple, right, Justin?
Yeah. So simple. $10 to Fantasy Cares, get you a spot in a race today. So
yeah. But we got it. We got 14 entrants. We're going to separate them into 2 groups of 7.
I'm going to just apologize to everybody because I let Larry set this up, so I have no idea how it's going to go. Just let you know. I'm not sure he's ever run the 100-yard rushes on the show before.
I know. I never have. I know how to share the screen. And,
that will be important.
But whatever, man. I don't know. So
why I come back to the show year after year? The professionalism. It's definitely the professionalism.
Absolutely.
the people who would actually sit through this on a weekly basis and watch and listen are my type of people. So I'm here. I'm here for the people. I think it's amazing. You have 2 spots to give away.
Type?
Oh, desperate. Desperado.
Yeah, Desperado. Well, speaking about Desperado, Sal is a Raiders fan. I mean, so what are you thinking about the Raiders right now? Honestly, who's your favorite? Who do you want? Who's their quarterback? Who's starting this year?
Exactly what you think.
Gardner Minshew is listed as a starter on our lads. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, Minshew's like the type of guy. He's fun to watch, but you don't want him on your team. I wanted to get Kirk, and we didn't get Kirk. And then I was hoping that Penix was going to drop to us in the draft, and they took Penix too. So I got murdered on both ends by the same team. We got an amazing value at Brock Bowers. I mean, you know what I love about Brock Bowers is that the Jets didn't take him, which means I think the Jets are legitimately going to give my boy a shot this year.
Oh, you think? Oh, man.
So it was
Jeremy
nice
Rucker.
to see that they didn't. Yeah, it was nice to see that they didn't take him. And Raiders had to take him with that value. So we're stacked at tight end, right?
Yeah.
And be honest with you, Myers came in last year, did a great job. So we have great receivers all the way through. We just don't have everybody to throw the ball. We know Aiden O'Connell, he kind of fell flat when he had the opportunity last year. But he showed some signs. Maybe he steps up this year, but I'm not. I mean, the Chiefs are our division. It's where we go. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to dispatch Mahomes for a while.
Who are you thinking about? Like, who did you want them to take in the draft? Like, you weren't expecting Bowers.
No, I was hoping for a quarterback. I was hoping for one of the quarterbacks.
Right.
I think it was pretty much lined up for Penix to fall. By the way, Larry's got the OG Potathon shirt on.
Oh,
That is the OG original SFP Potathon shirt from RotoWear. I love that shirt. I still have mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pits are intact.
So I figured one of the quarterbacks would fall to us, but didn't happen. So you have to grab the value.
So what does this say for Michael Mayer? All those truthers out there, because there are some that were out there heavily. We talked about it right before the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Michael Mayer. That was with Matt Hicks, the FF educator. Yeah, he's a Mayer guy.
Who we did what with who, what, huh?
Yes.
Well, why would you not use both of them? I mean, you got 2 ridiculously good pass catching tight ends, and Bowers, it's like a glorified wide receiver, right? So I think that you'll see both of them for sure, and it'll be a nice be a nice way to attack. We don't have we have Zamir White and Alexander Madison at running back, right? So it's not like we're gonna kill him with the running game this year. Let's see what happens.
Oh no! Look, the chat's over here getting ready to jump all over Dylan Lobby. So,
should we run a? I don't know. Should we run that?
Do you want to run a prelim race, Larry? Are you just itching to run a race?
Should we just do it? I'm getting
Are you itching to find out if you can do this? Is that what's going on?
I can do it.
All right.
Let's run a race. What is he looks out the window while getting swole?
That's
what we were talking about.
Mississippi.
He's working.
Well, my window is across from the gym. So if the curtain is open, I do look out the window.
What do you see out the window? Another building right there?
No, actually, you want me to take you to what I see on my balcony?
Oh man, that's funny. That's some funny
shit. Are we gonna get a tour?
We got a beautiful.
We already saw the workout area.
Is this a studio, Sal? Are you in a studio?
No, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but yeah, we're gonna take a walk over here. We're up here. Here's my big old construction light. Look at that.
Construction light.
I got a nice. This is an amazing view. You guys ready for this? My finger's over the camera.
That's awesome. Man, I don't know. Are we ready for this?
I'm not sure.
It's the Verrazano Bridge.
Hey,
see the Verrazano Bridge back there?
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that view.
There's not. That's not too far from me, actually.
Well, stay where you are. Don't come near me.
I'm probably like 40 minutes from Sal. What do you do? You got some July 4th plans, Sal? You heading out to oh fuck, you like what Fire Island? You going to Fire Island?
I will be on Long Island, not Fire Island, but even though Fire Island is part of Long
He's
Island,
got to
I'll be
go back
on.
to his stomping grounds, his hunting grounds.
Yeah, that's my neighborhood. You guys know I grew up on Long Island. I moved to Brooklyn 2 years ago for work.
Right.
So I'll be at a friend's house on Long Island for 4th of July. I got my Rocky shorts ready to go this year. The red, white, and blue shorts he wore that Apollo gave him.
Very nice, man.
I can take you in the bedroom next to show you those.
I don't know,
Save
man.
that for the ladies. Save that for the ladies.
So Joshua said he couldn't hear me. Maybe I got outside of my Wi-Fi zone, Josh. I'm sorry. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sound all right.
Jones, fix your own microphone.
No, the city is still looking good behind you. Lights up the sky.
No power outages.
That stays lit all night.
So whatever happened to that? You tried to get a little. You tried to get some ass on the Podathon last year. What? Anything happened with that, man? Or if you pursue that further?
I can only imagine you talking about it. The lovely event. That was a classic. If you didn't watch the Podathon last year, it's in the final couple of hours. Go find that segment. It was pretty priceless. I was supposed to go to the expo and be her teammate in beer pong. And I didn't make it to the expo, so she was pretty disappointed.
You stood her up.
That was it, man. You had it.
The good news is I have both my ticket purchased, my plane ticket. I have my expo ticket. I'm staying in the Fantasy Cares Airbnb. I will be in Canton this year.
Is Yvette going to be there?
She lives in Cleveland. What do you think?
That's not what I asked. She's going to be like, I'm not going this year. He stood me up last year.
You know what? Maybe it may have been a good move by Sal. Playing just be like, I'm Sal Leto.
Long game.
Long play. Holy crap!
In all honesty, to be respectful to Yvette, she works really hard. She's putting out a ton of content, not just fantasy football content, but she's done some other stuff about the mob in the Cleveland area and Ohio area. There's no way she's not coming to that event because she's putting out a ton of content. And that's how she, does her business. So I fully expect her to be there. But she's extremely funny. That was the first time I had met her on that show. I had never even heard of her show before. She killed it. Yeah.
Who are we even talking about? I wish maybe we'll have her on as a guest, Justin.
Who you don't know who she is?
I forgot. I just remember the banter and just being like, my jaw was on the floor. Like, look at Sal, man, he's going for it. And I was like, man, and they give us crap every single year, man, for our
Yvette's X handle is Yvette YVETTEM LABOY Yvette M LaBoy.
Right.
And Bougie Sports is her podcast and a little thing that she has going on there. So give her a follow, and she's got way more followers.
If you're really trying to find her and you can't follow all those letters, just go to Sal's page and look for all the retweets. So
I don't need to retweet. I don't need to retweet for that. Somebody asked about Dylan Laub. He's an interesting prospect, right? The Raiders got him in the draft, right? Was it late that they got him in the draft?
Yeah.
I think it's a wide open position. I mean, Jones is in here. He knows I have Zamir White. He's trying. So Joshua Jones and I play in Nixon's fantasy dynasty league together, and that's why he's here tonight. Not for you guys, but for me. This is the most tradingest whore you'll ever meet in your life. You'll never meet somebody who trades. He trades you somebody and immediately wants to trade back for them. This is how he lives his life. So at some point, they'll be coming to me for Zamir White this year.
All right.
Well, we got the tap dancing
dog. The tap dancing dog. We might see some river dancing on Justin's nuts in a little bit, perhaps. But
for all the people that have never watched or listened before, you're gonna be surprised or disappointed. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, this is amazing. Ready? Watch this.
Oh, it's game time.
Let's do this, baby. Oh,
We're gonna run a race. Who's in this race, Larry?
Do we got it? We should be in it. Let's see. Hold on. Who's in this race?
Yeah, why don't you tell the folks who aren't watching who's in this race?
It says when you're ready.
Later.
Okay, so listen. Hold on. Let me just fix this up because why is Sal like? Okay, Sal's at the bottom. Let me remove this. This is live stuff, Sal.
I've been there. I do live like 36 hours straight.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out.
What are you trying to figure out?
I don't know what I'm trying to do here.
I don't know either. Run the race.
Production value at its highest.
Now I know what I'm doing.
Sauce podcast.
All right, show ready. And
holy shit.
I want to get this comment off the screen.
Oh, this is your first time using Stream?
Yeah, right.
All right, let's see here. You ready for
They need to put us on the side, lady, because you're going to block you're going to block the bottom rushers. You never did announce who was in there, so.
Okay.
This is an empty race. There's nobody in it.
Yeah, I see no people. I see no people.
It said start rush.
Oh boy.
Is this a good time to go get some pistachios?
Larry said, I can do this.
All right, let's do this one.
Holy shit.
I'll stop sharing. I'll share this tab instead. This is amazing. Share screen. All right.
Hey, we're back to full.
This is super exciting.
And you're ready to start rush. All right, here we go. Okay, this one we got TH, Rob McCann, R. Wilson, FFD Equinox, David Davis, Dynasty Girl Dad, and Jerry O'Shea.
Oh, Jones made this one.
So Rob out to an early 10-yard lead or so, 8-10 yards.
Hold on. Now, what is it? The top getting to the next
four
one?
will advance from each race to a final race. And then we will run
those
2
of you
races.
at home, if you win this race, you've won nothing. Just understand that.
Right.
That's right. You have won absolutely nothing.
But the top 4 win.
Did you not set this to faster?
No, this is Jones.
Well, hold on.
No, don't touch anything now. Do not touch shit right now, Larry.
I'm not touching anything. But top 4 advance, right?
Top 4 are advancing.
All right, so you just can't come in. Rob McCann looks like he's got it locked up here.
Yeah, he's looking pretty solid here.
Dynasty Girl Dad tried to back into the tournament here.
Rob McCann's name in the final already.
There he is, McCann.
McCann is in the final.
Yep.
All right. You've
and
won
then
nothing,
who the hell else wants in? Dynasty Girl Dad going to sneak across?
Yep. Jonesy, you're still in a Jonesy. All right.
All right. So we got TH. That's Ike McNorman.
And R. Wilson. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
TH and R. Wilson.
The next race will consist of how many?
Another 7 people.
Right.
We don't know what happened in the last race. It was a blank.
The next round. We'll find that. The last round, what happened? The next round, what happens is what I mean.
The next round, we're gonna run. Once we run the other prelim, we're gonna run a final race with 8 people. The top 4 from each race.
So there's another 7-person race, and then we're gonna do an 8-person race.
Yes. So we're gonna run the 2 prelims. Take the finalists, the top 4 from each race. Run them in a final. Whoever wins that race gets a spot, and then we're going to run one more final later in the show, and whoever wins that race of 7 will get in.
And right now it's TH, R. Wilson, Dynasty Girl Dad,
and Rob McCann.
Boy, I hope I make it to that part of the show. Sounds like it's 2 hours from now.
The way that Larry runs this shit.
This will be good, man. Knock it off.
What about the first race?
Oh shit.
Go hit the back button on the other one.
Okay. Let's get back to the first race.
We'll take it out.
Yeah, you might as well. Do you need to go get some food or anything, Sal?
I'm good. I have some water right here. I'm good. I ate some.
We're just used to you leaving. We're just used to you leaving when we come live.
Oh yeah, right.
And, going to get food
about, man.
Oh, did you guys book your spot on the Podathon this year? Do you have a time yet?
No, I told Larry we were not doing prime time. I think we did. What'd you do, Larry? 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I was hoping for 10 p.m.
Did you put it in already?
I did. I filled it out.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Let me,
Fuck on Saturday.
let me go to the thing here, just so you guys know I'm doing 8 to 8 each day. So you're out.
Ah.
I'll stay for 10 o'clock on Saturday night. That's what you're doing?
Uh-huh.
Well, no,
We can't. You know, we can't be at like 7:30 in the
We
morning.
can do 8. We can do 8, right?
UFC starting at 10 o'clock. Conor McGregor's fighting that night.
Oh, no. Fuck that. Let's go earlier than that, Justin.
Dude, I can't go earlier than that.
Well, let's go later.
I'll stay for 10 o'clock. I'm going to be up watching the fights. I'll stay for 10 o'clock. Don't worry about it. You're right here. No, you're in there for 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. on June 29th. Dynasty Hot Sauce, Larry Monkey, and the guy who lays on the
Besides,
couch.
that Conor McGregor fight's not even happening.
Oh,
Did you
no?
hear that news? There's a chance it's not happening or whatever.
I didn't hear the news, but regardless, I'll be up watching.
Right.
There it is. This was the first race. Adam Patterson, Damian, Steady Eddie, Mark H., John Gowan, Kehoe, and Big Pizza.
Here we go.
This race happened. We're on tape delay.
Yeah.
This is like when the Olympics are in Paris and you think it's live.
Yes.
And you're watching it the next day.
I just hit replay. It must have. I don't know what happened with that first one. We just saw a blank screen. I saw what you guys saw.
Yeah. We didn't see shit.
So I was able to just like replay it, and so we'll see what happens. I do not know. I don't know who won
in this contest. Whoever gets eliminated, I would demand your money back and a spot. And
$10 back.
If you're going to demand spots back, you need to talk to Scott and Ryan because we can't do shit about that. Sal may be able to hook you up. I don't know.
I'll get in the Discord right now.
I'll tell you, Adam Patterson's going to want his money back because he is coming in last right now. Steady Eddie bringing up the rear also. Damian
making his way in there. It's a tight race at the top here. Damian and Kehoe within 5 yards of each other.
I'm rooting for Big Pizza, obviously. Oh, little spurt there.
The final spot is going to be tight. Adam's not doing shit, but the rest of them, like Steady Eddie's in here, John Gowan, Mark H. Big run.
Whoa, it's going to go Kehoe. Whoa, look at this.
Look, it's saying 7th, so we need to remember this. Damian, Kehoe.
The tie for everyone 7th?
Mark and Steady, I think. Look, they all say 7th place. But it was Damian, Kehoe, Mark, and Steady Eddie the way that
it was.
7th.
This is so the definition of this podcast.
What are you talking about?
Everybody is tied for last.
Hey, listen. Clearly, Sal brings we each benefit off each other. I mean, the top, what was that? The top 8 the greatest Sal Leto podcast appearances.
First of all, that was
can y'all see the chicken flapping around in the window of my house?
What? Is a chicken flapping around your window?
My wife was just flipping me off because one of the chickens was in the window. She's trying to. We have stupid fucking dumbass teenage chickens right now that can't figure out they need to go to bed.
I didn't think we were going to talk about tween chickens when I came on tonight.
Justin likes those teen chickens. All right, so this was it. Okay, here it is. Wait, here it is right here. So were you right? No, wait, this ran
sure
again.
What we're talking about.
No, it keeps running again.
No,
it's a completely different finish.
Yeah, you can't hit replay. You got to hit show the. Oh gosh, Larry.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
This
is why. This is why.
For those of you at home, I apologize.
We got it. All right, so we got it. So what is it?
Damian, Kehoe, Mark, and Steady Eddie is what I saw. Yeah, I guess I could try and pull up the YouTube and see if.
That's what I saw too.
This is ridiculous.
Hey man,
Larry, you're not allowed to do these.
100-yard rush.
You're not allowed to do these.
I'm going to tell you.
Next year, you should just have the guys actually run.
Yeah.
Most of them will eliminate themselves within the first 20 yards. I'm telling you.
Damian. What was it? Damian, Kehoe, Steady Eddie, and who?
And Mark H is what I thought.
Mark H. All right, cool.
I'll try and double check that since
Troy Olson wants to know why we let Larry run this. He's in charge of the show.
I don't know.
Nobody
I
has
was
any
putting
control
my
over this.
son to sleep, and he's like, "You want me to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine."
Listen,
That's fine.
man. What do you want me to tell you? I thought I was helping out. I knew we were. See, me and Justin both have 2-year-olds. Sal, you know this. So
Yeah, no. Again, Larry, you and I are close in age, and you're out of your mind. My youngest child will be 20 this year, and you have a 2-year-old. You're out of
yes.
your mind.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. I mean, we know it's just I don't know, dude. My head's spinning still from today, and Justin too. So I knew that we were both going to be, because we always get together around 9:30, but we never really get together around 9:30. And I knew we had to. We were going live tonight, so I knew we had to be, prompt.
You know, the truth of the matter, Troy Olson, is I know all too well about the show. This has got to be the 4th time I've been on with you guys, at least, right? I think I come on every year before the Podathon.
Right.
At minimum. You keep trying to drag me into that crazy draft show you have, but I ignore you at that. Pretend I don't see the messages.
You would have had a great time. Yeah. So yeah. Well, man. So we got a nice final here. But we're not doing it right now, though.
We are not doing it right now.
Look at that, man.
Wait.
Motherfuckers in suspense. Right?
That is how you build up suspense for sure. That is an old radio gag. Way to go. Wacky.
Even more suspenseful when Larry can't figure out how to run the 100-yard rushes.
Yeah, whatever. It happens. I feel like we're past this right now, right?
Do I need to set this up, Larry?
Yes.
Send me the names that you wrote down, and I'll set up the 100-yard rush for the next round. Here.
I have it set up already.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Send me the names.
Is it going to be a change of venue? I don't know. I'd like to check. The wind might be different in down south.
Look,
there might be chickens. The chickens might affect everything.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, Larry. It was like that before.
But I'm just going to keep pressing buttons. Before I had it all set up, and I just hit start, and I think that it was just.
I think that's also a bad idea to just keep pressing buttons.
It was sitting for too long. Well, whatever. Listen, I have it all set up. If I screw it up again, I'd much rather talk about the 8 best Sal Leto podcasts, which for some reason there's something called Podacy.fm celebrity podcasts. And if you look up Sal Leto's best pods that he's ever done this entire life, the top 2. The top 2. Why am I not sharing this screen? Hold on a second. How do I get out of this part? There you go. Look at this. Oh, man, I got to subscribe just for this bit here. The Return of Sal Leto, the SFB Podathon Takeover. Check out this one, March 29th, 2022. Your greatest show in the history of Sal Leto podcasts.
I have to imagine that you're the only one on this website. And that's why,
to me.
It's funny that you sent me this, and I decided to go back and listen to some of them, and I was like, "Wow, man, I killed it. I was pretty good back in
the day." Yeah, man. SFB 11 with the timeline. Look at this. The top 2, the Grand Poobah coming back 2021.
So the reality is, if you click on it, it actually has a hell of a lot more than just 8.
Oh yeah.
All my RotoViz when I used to do the stuff for RotoViz was on there.
Right.
So
yeah. And then we dropped down. To 6 with another 100-yard rush. So maybe this one will be up. Maybe we'll make the top 8, man. I wonder if we'll bump out this DFS show you did, man, back in 2020.
I used to be the host of that show, guys.
Yeah,
I used to do that show. You used to do that show every Wednesday.
It looks like the week 12 show was a killer for you, man. Obviously, made the top 8 greatest Sal Leto podcasts in the history of Sal Leto.
That was COVID. That was a COVID year. That was
and this nice.
But somehow none of the Falafel House or Fantasy Football Funhouse shows are up there.
Wasn't your best stuff, man. You got to spend more time in the hot sauce pot if you want to get your best stuff out of you.
That's true.
I mean, clearly. The data
suggests. Well, Kevin and Steve are holding me back for sure.
Of course.
That's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Well, enough of this part.
I don't even know what Larry's clicking on at this point. Now he's like clicking random shit to sign up.
Dude, I don't know. This was just. I don't have no idea how I came across this this thing. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, and I was like, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what the hell that was, but I for some reason, there's a top 8 Sal Leto podcast list.
I love that it exists. I keep trying to show people at work, like, look at me, hey guys, look at me.
All right, dude. So tell us about the Podathon, man. This is it. What year Podathon is this? Let me guess. 6?
5.
This is number 7, gentlemen.
No way. Holy crap.
7 years we've been doing this show. So, it's 36 hours now. It used to be 24. So every year after we do the show, there's like all this buzz. Everybody loves me. They want me to come to Canton, and then they forget about me. But every year it's like, we got to make it longer. We got to get more people. So last year, they're like, we got to do it all weekend. Let's make it 48 hours. So I was like, oh, all right, you want to do 48 hours? We'll start on a Friday night. We'll go to Sunday night. And then it was like, we all have jobs, booking for, 96 guests to come on a show, doing all that stuff, selling all the sponsorships, doing all the overlays. It's actually a lot of work. I mean, the SFB itself is a lot of work, and it's some of the same people working on the Podathon. So we moved it back to 36 hours. It'll kick off on June 29th at 8 a.m. East Coast time and go to Sunday night, 8 p.m. Same as last year, same concept as last year. We're doing it the week before 4th of July. When the show first came about, we used to do it leading into the kickoff of the SFB drafts, because the SFB drafts were always on a Monday morning, and we wanted to be on live when the drafts kicked off. But now with the live drafts starting in random weekends, we're just a part of the celebration.
So have you started to think of excuses to why your SFB team is going to suck so bad? Because you used to have the whole, I'm in the middle of the Podathon, that's why my team sucks every year. You ever going to come up with something new now, or what are we talking about?
Last year I blamed it on drafting live. They got me drunk. 2018, I always talk back to 2018. I made it to the semifinals in 2018, so that was my big.
You
auto drafted that team, though, right?
100%. 100. If I auto drafted, I would have been kicked out.
Are you going to the New? So you go to the New York one?
I'll be at the New York. I'm drafting. My son is actually drafting as well this year. My son's he'll be 22. He's turns 23 in July, but he'll still be 22. So he's actually drafting live as well. Different divisions, and I'm either going to be the following weekend. I'm either going to be in Los Angeles for the LA draft or in Boston. One of the two.
Whoa!
I'm shooting for Los Angeles because my oldest daughter lives in LA, and I'd like to be out there to visit her.
That's right. Yes. What's she doing out there?
She's doing great. She's doing wonderful. She works in the film industry. She's a publicist in the film industry, and she's killing it. She's doing great. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of her.
Nice.
For sure.
That's cool. So,
no, Eddie, you can't. There's no jersey. You got to come to New York, bud. You got to come draft in New York or hang out in New York.
I don't even think anybody wants to go to Jersey. If they don't want to go,
Larry
what are you talking about, Justin? What the fuck this guy's talking about? Dude, Sal will tell you, Jersey's beautiful. He knows. He knows.
I was in New Jersey 3 weekends ago. You know why?
Why?
I went to see, of all people, Andrew Dice Clay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it was actually very good. I seen him 34 years ago when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm old.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Oh, right.
I know them all, but I won't say some of them here.
Give me Mary, quite contrary one.
Trim that. It's so damn hairy.
Look at this guy. Doing karaoke at the church here. Oh, look at this one. Dang it. Look at this. There we go. Oh, there's a doggy dog.
Well, hey, Larry, you doing any trades this week?
Oh, man, I did make a few trades.
because I made a couple of big ones.
Let me hear yours. Let's do it.
All right. So this is nothing special about the league except it's a 2.0 time and premium 12 team. I can't remember if it start 10 or 11. Doesn't really matter. I drafted Caleb Williams. I actually traded up for the 102 and drafted Marvin Harrison, so I went back to back with those guys.
Wow.
But this team wasn't ready to compete. So I got an offer of I give up Caleb Williams, I get Jaden Daniels and Cooper Kupp. And I was like, that's not quite enough.
No.
So I countered with Debo. So I got Jaden and Debo. How you feel about that for Caleb Williams?
I don't know if I would have done that, man. I don't know. I don't think I would have done that. I feel like I was thinking about Debo for Kittle in the hot sauce league when I wanted to, because I want to move off of Kittle, and I'm just like, Debo plays a physical game. I don't know. How old is he? He's like 28.
He's 27, going to be 28, I think is what it is.
So, I've never been like a big Debo guy. For me, he's like one of those guys that gets banged up too much, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably would keep Caleb Williams. Debo's just, I don't know. If I'm building a young team also, I mean, if I have a mix of different guys, maybe I'll take a chance. It depends how close I am too. I mean, that has something to do with it. Let's Debo be a nice flex piece if I'm just like a nice piece to throw in there.
Sal, what you doing in that situation?
Yeah, what do you think, Sal?
Repeat the trade to me, because I'm looking at the ones that Joshua Jones has sent me. This guy trades literally every day. I just jumped in the league to see what trades, and sure enough, he made a trade today. I think he just trades for the trade sometimes, but he recently offered me one that looks like I missed it. He must have revoked it. But anyway, repeat the trade to me one more time, Justin. I'm sorry.
It was Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels and Debo Samuel.
It's just a super
Jaden
flex.
Williams. I don't know how I feel about Daniels right now.
I mean, it's hard to envision the Washington football team being any good, and that plays a part in it. I think. I mean, can you imagine them being any good? Maybe. I mean, Daniels would be the guy to do it. Though.
I like taking quarterbacks. So give me all the quarterbacks and a super flex. Super flex, of course, right? We're not doing
Yeah.
Right.
We're not doing
we don't talk anything with super flex on this show.
Sorry, Colin. I'm drinking water, not hot sauce.
Yes. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I could go either way on that. I can understand it, but
So I did that trade, and then Scott Connor, we all know Scott Connor. He posted his auto accept list on the group me, and it was a bunch of players like Mike Evans and yada 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 for 26 first, and I wasn't interested in any of them. And then a couple days later, I guess he hadn't gotten any bites, and he says, I'll also sell Brandon Ayuk if you add in any third. And I was like, 26 first and a third for Ayuk?
I love when Scott's trying to.
It was 2 minutes between the time he posted that and the time that I sent my offer. It was 2 minutes. I was like, I got to jump on that. So now I have Debo and Ayuk, which that doesn't bother me. I ain't worried about that. Who knows if they'll even be on my team. But value-wise, I liked it. So I added Ayuk for a 26 first and third. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, that's cool.
26 first and third, yeah.
I think when it's fun when you're dealing with someone like Scott Connor, who is like a portfolio guy. So he like ebbs and flows with his guys. So you might catch him when he's trying to part with someone, and he'll just take any kind of value for it.
Yeah, he was chock full of guys that he doesn't consider the elite tier, which is just fine. I don't need to necessarily get an elite tier player. You can't always. There's only so many Justin Jeffersons and CeeDee Lambs, etc.
Ooh, look at that! How about that one, Sal?
How much in donations does the Potiphar need to bring in to see Sal drink hot sauce? Well, here's an interesting dynamic, right? So when $100,000, just so you know. So when we first started doing the S&P Potathon, it was really about get more donations to give to Scott, right? For Toys for Tots and all the shopping we did. And we year 3 went nuts. So we raised over 40 grand, and then 2 years later, 50 grand. But Scott has made it a legal charity now. So Fantasy Cares is an actual licensed 50. Was it
50C3?
C3, whatever.
501C3.
And so we bring money in year round, and the need for the podathon to really be an anchor it's not really what it used to be, in the sense that we have that fun with that show now. I could tell you that there's a sponsor out there, right? There's a sponsor that donated more money than the podathon has ever brought in 1 year. So I'm not going to put the number out there. I'm not going to.
There should be that. So they should really take hold of it, man. This thing should be on Sirius Satellite Fantasy Radio.
There was talk about that in year 4.
Why isn't there someone that's aggressive? Why isn't there someone that's aggressive in pursuing that more?
Thank you, Paul. 501C3. I had it right. I always mix up the 1 and the 3.
What did I say?
For some reason. No, you might have said the same thing, but listen, we have a ton of serious people on, right? We have a ton of people that are actually on Sirius, but maybe because none of them host it. I mean, I would be willing to simulcast, and even if it's part of it, we're on for 36 straight hours. But even if they had a sister station on there, I mean, there's plenty of crap on Sirius XM where they could throw us on for a little bit. Maybe it gets there. Maybe it gets there by year 10. But the show itself has just become part of the family. Fantasy Cares now, where it's at and what it's become is huge. I couldn't be happier to be a part of what it's become.
Yeah, man, it's a part of the fabric that is the Scott Fish Bowl. And it's not a coincidence that your greatest Fish Bowl, when it burst onto the scene, was not our inaugural year as well. Our first time on the Fish Bowl just happens to be
absolutely
when it blew up. Coincidence? I don't know.
Had nothing to do with Heath Cummings. It had everything to do with Larry Monkey.
Yeah, at 2:30 in the morning. It was the middle of the night. It was like
I remember that. You guys like what time slot do we get? I'm like, I don't know. It's definitely sometime in the middle of the morning.
We needed to cut our teeth, man. We need to, we want to earn. We want to earn the. We've been all over the map though since then. It's been fun, man. We've been all over the times.
We've done like 6 p.m., 7:30 a.m. That'll never happen again.
That was
we're not a 7:30 a.m.
That was a great show. We came armed with outhouse jokes to that one.
Who was hosting? Russ and
it was Outhouse and the Spaceman.
Dave Wright. Dave Wright's a gem. What a gem of a human being that guy, and so is Russ, for that matter.
So we were like, well, what the fuck? Where's Sal? Like right away, we're like, where the fuck is Sal? What the fuck is this? We can have these two guys on our show anytime we want.
You got the B squad.
So we were like, well, fuck it, it's Outhouse. I'm like, let's think of some Outhouse. We looked online for Outhouse jokes, right? And we
picked out some awful Outhouse jokes.
So that's kind of the downfall to going to 36 hours, right? So when I hosted the 24 hours, when it was a 24-hour show, I would be on for the full 24 hours. That was the shtick, right? Can Sal stay awake? It's a great shirt, man. It's a great shirt. Yep. It's a great shirt. Can Sal stay up for 24 hours? Kevin and Steve as well. When they said go to 36, I'm like, guys, I can't stay up for 36 hours. You're going to kill me. So
the human body is not meant for that.
I think I did 28 hours of the 36 the last 2 years.
Yeah. Strategically planning your breaks for when we're coming on. Got
it. Debo doesn't do it for anybody, Justin. Man, Debo.
Your Debo is just being a wide receiver too every year. Just constantly putting out 14, 15 points a game.
When he can play, though. Right? When he's on the field. Is he an injury guy?
I don't worry about that. Everybody worries about, like, is he going to get hurt? Man, look, any player gives me 13 games a year, I'm happy.
Hold on. So Steady, well, it was somebody in the chat, I believe it was Steady Eddie, perhaps, that asked about the rules of SFB. Have you even looked at any of that stuff yet? I know there's been some.
Yeah.
I know there's been a bit. It's kind of been a thing. The rules, it's a big thing. What are the rules about?
Well, they're out there. You can find them. They're posted. I'm going to pull them up for you right now. Hold on a second.
While you do that, I made a trade: Dallas Goedert and a 2-point tight end. Dallas Goedert or the 2025 early second.
It's a tight end premium.
Yeah, 2-point tight end.
2 point for tight end.
2025 early second. So we're talking like easily a top 14 pick.
Yeah, he might be.
Like when you say early, you mean a top 2.
It's my 25 second, and I'm planning on not competing this year. So it's gonna be like it'll be like probably the 103, 104. Probably.
So wait, I'm confused. You got Goddard?
I got Goddard, yes.
So
Okay,
let
so
me
you
ask
knew your team.
if you're not competing, why would you give up your early second next year for a guy who's in the back half of his career?
Yeah, dude's gonna be 30, and you're gonna be like, oh, now I can use him. 31.
I want you to take that shirt off. I'm ashamed of you.
Wait, let's get the logic here, Sal. Is there any logic? You're not competing. You know your team is awful. Why'd you trade for Dallas?
No. It's not awful.
You said you're going to be a top 2 pick.
That's
No, I
pretty
never
bad.
said. I said top 14, top 15 pick.
Yes, top 2 pick in the second round.
It's a 12-team league. You think it's going to be a top 2 pick in the second round?
Yeah, because you said at worst the 13th or 14th pick. So what you were saying is you have a bottom 2 squad in the league.
Not exact. I mean,
I don't know. Is that what he said, Sal?
He definitely said that.
Yeah. No, there's no way. I'm looking at this team. There's no way I'm a borderline playoff team. Let's just say.
Oh gosh, now it's that. He looked
Well,
at his
now you have
own
to
roster.
do everything possible to make that pick suck.
Listen, don't give me a hard time. I have 325 firsts, and I had 225
I'm not giving you a
seconds.
hard time about the trade.
Goddard's floor is like 12 points. I know that's not
You're not listening to what you're
It's
not
start 13. It's a start 13.
You're not listening to what we're saying though. You said the team the pick will be a early second round pick. And then you said, "Oh, I traded for Goddard and I sent my early second rounder." So what we want to know is it really an early second rounder? And if so, why did you trade for Goddard of all people?
Okay. So it's as I'm looking at this roster now that I have my draft picks in here, I had 3 firsts in this draft as well. I had I had a handful of firsts here. So anyway, I'm looking at this team now. It is a playoff team. Borderline.
Let's hear just a handful of starters.
Tell me who are your 2 quarterbacks. Who are your 2 quarterbacks?
Okay, I have Herbert and McCarthy. JJ McCarthy and Justin Herbert.
Okay, so you're not a contender. Go ahead.
You
got McCarthy. Who knows how many games he starts this year?
I also have Darnold. So I got that handcuff there.
Oh god.
So I have the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Let's put it that way. And Justin Herbert. I have Gibbs, Chase Brown. That's my starting running backs.
Yeah, when you go from Gibbs to Chase Brown.
Listen, my wide receivers are T. Higgins, Lab McConkey, Keon Coleman. Then I have Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews, Roman Wilson, Dalton Schultz.
Okay, so how many wide receivers do you have to start, Larry?
It is a 3 wide receiver start.
And you have 1. It's going to be rough.
Well, it's not even. What, T. Higgins is my 1?
Yeah.
You know what's awesome is congratulations on the first overall pick.
No. I feel like
you were right, Larry. You were right. You have an early second round pick there, and you traded.
You traded the 201.
Now I have Goddard. Well, it's not going to be the 201. It's not going to be the 201.
So Herbert's going to give you like 17 points a game. McCarthy and Darnold are going to give you like 11 or 12 each, and you're already in like a 25-point hole against someone who actually has quarterbacks.
Maybe
it's going to be rough.
Maybe. Well, whatever, man. It's Dallas Goddard. I could also move him. I mean,
I would be trying to move him. I'm
not stuck with him. Jesus. It's a 2 points on an egg. This guy fucking put up some look at his game log. Jesus.
Larry, pull up Joshua Jones's last comment. He wants to trade with me while we're live on the air.
Oh boy, I can't keep up with the chat. Jesus, where Joshua Jones?
I'll make a deal on the show. Jordan Love and Olave for Josh Allen.
I have Love and Olave. He's been after both. Well, he traded me Love last year.
I would take Josh Allen.
What'd you say?
I would take Josh Allen.
He's been after my wide receivers in that league.
So, I mean, here you go. You could trade your low end wide receiver 2 and Jordan Love for Josh Allen.
I'm going to tell you who my wide receivers are in that league. You ready? Let's go. I have it open here. Wide receivers. Devontae Adams,
Okay.
Justin Jefferson. So he's not even my number 2. Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Trey Tucker. After that starts getting a little weak. Xavier Gibson.
What do you mean after that? It started getting weak.
What? After Trey Tucker? Is that even his name?
That's what I meant. I meant it got weak at Trey.
Yeah. You're like, after that, like, whoa, back up one person. Then. All right. So you've got JJ, Olave.
So I'd be giving up my number 3 wide receiver. It's a third. I think we start 13.
Oh, see, that's different. Start 13.
13. It's a deep league. My quarterbacks. Let's go to my quarterbacks. Ready? Let's scroll up here.
Is this a sleeper league? Is this a sleeper league?
It's on MFL.
Okay.
My top quarterback. No, I'm just saying he's the top guy listed. Hendon Hooker. No, I have Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Aiden O'Connell, Dak Prescott.
So you got Jordan Love and Dak Prescott. There's nothing wrong with that.
Interesting that Sal has Hooker and Love because he loves, right? Because he maybe Sal loves hookers. We don't know this, but hey, single guy's got a cool. He's got a cool blanket hanging from a wall.
Blanket.
Is that your? Do you take that to the beach? Is that your beach blanket too?
It's not my beach blanket. I got one of those beach blankets that the sand falls off of it. Those are nice beach blankets, so you don't take the sand home with you.
Oh, well, you take that. I know you can go with that one, right? Field 6, baby. You know you're taking that sand blanket out there.
Robert Moses Field 5, Field 6 is the naked field. Yes.
Yeah. We know this. Come on, Sal. You've been naked on Field 6.
Hold on to Love and Olave for that, and at the start 13.
Listen, he's been after me for Trey McBride too. I got pretty nice tight ends. I got Fryermuth, McBride, Pitts, and of course the Jets' star tight end Jeremy Ruckert.
You know what I found with Jeremy Ruckert? He is the last guy on my team. I have him on a bunch of teams, and if you look at sleeper. When you're looking at guys, when you're looking to shed some weight, you're looking at the roster percentage and the starting percentage, and Ruckert is just like, man, he's hanging by a thread. And obviously, I'm hanging on to him.
You're gonna let him go, and you're gonna make a mistake. I'm telling you.
I'm hanging on to him, so he's got 1 year, man. He's got to do it this year. It's gonna be disappointing.
I got the deal done here.
What's that?
He said. Tell them. Josh said, "Tell us his wide receivers." I can't speak. What wide receivers does he have?
Well, I'll read his. Before I go, I also have Theo Johnson, the new starting tight end for the New York Giants.
Sure, yeah,
sleeper pick this year.
Very worth it. I actually told a buddy earlier in a dispersal, take Daniel Bellinger. So I don't know how I feel about it.
All right, let's go to Jonesy's team. He wants his wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got some guy named Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman, Tank Dell, Mike Evans, Zay Flowers, Jerry Jeudy, DJ Moore, Rashid Shaheed. I skipped a couple. I'm reading Garrett Wilson.
Oh, wow. He's loaded at wide receiver.
What the hell does he want Olave for?
Okay, so is there anybody that you could throw in that is a little lower value to offset the loss of Olave?
What about like a DK Metcalf or somebody?
I don't think that's.
I don't have DK.
That's too
Trey
heavy.
Tucker?
You don't like DK Metcalf?
No, for him. No. So who does he have that you could throw in this trade that doesn't mean much to him, but could be a fringe starter or whatever?
Oh.
So you give up Love and Olave, and you get Allen and a lesser receiver of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll take Zay Flowers.
Oh,
that could work.
Look at this Trey McBride.
It's probably already in my inbox. If I know.
Is there a premium? Is there a premium?
Yes. Yeah, it's tight end premium.
What is it?
Trey McBride.
I think it's only 0.5 more. I think.
Is that like a Stevie Ray Vaughan? Does Josh Jones have is that a Stevie Ray Vaughan avatar, or is it like what's going on there? See that? Avi there?
Oh, I can't see it actually. I'm doing this on my iPad tonight. I didn't set up my my computer, so it's a little small for my old eyes.
Oh, he says a Ravens fan, so Zay Flowers off the table there. That's not going to work.
Nothing's off the table for Jonesy.
Come on.
Trust
Come on,
me.
Jonesy, make a deal, man. Come on, let's do it on the show. Come on.
No, he would do it in a heartbeat. It's
How about a Mike Evans?
How many times?
How about a Mike Evans? So like Olave and Love for Allen and Evans.
All right, forget about that. What are your feelings on Allen this year with his weapons?
I'm not scared of him. I think he's going to be just fine. It's not going to be centric. You're not going to see 170 targets to a single receiver like Diggs. But I still like him.
I don't know.
I've always felt that good quarterbacks lift teams. Quarterbacks don't get lifted by good talent. If you got good talent but you're a bad quarterback, it doesn't matter.
But
if you're a good quarterback with bad talent, lift that talent.
What we saw late out of Love last year is really what he's got. You think that was the tip of the iceberg with him? You think that was the best we're going to see out of him?
I hope not, because
Love has no rushing floor. He's got nothing.
So, I understand.
So he's got to be that guy that throws 4,800 yards and 38 touchdowns to be relevant, to be in that top tier. I don't think that's realistically in the range of outcomes. Now, he threw 32 last year, I believe it was. So, I mean, he was good. But it's another step to get to the next level. And that's just to be a top 5 or 6 guy. It's not to be the number 1 or 2 guy.
All right, Jones, let me see your best offer. I want to see your best offer, not the one you put up there.
Diggs may have sucked at the second half of last year, but they changed offensive coordinators and that whole offense changed, and Diggs for some reason wasn't a focal point of it anymore. So
I think he's a malcontent in the locker room.
Yeah, so we'll see
about everything.
Well, it's funny that they signed Diggs, and then all of a sudden they gave Nico this giant contract. Like, they got him in the room. They were like, "Whoa, Nico's way cooler than this guy. Let's fucking lock him up." And I don't know. Maybe Diggs flames out, but maybe he has something to prove right now. Maybe he's pissed off. So who knows? I mean, there is mouths to feed in Houston also now. So
yeah, Jonesy makes a good point. They got better when they stopped force feeding Diggs. They did.
True.
They got better. Yeah. The team played better. I mean, Diggs is like a cancer right now, man. Everywhere he goes. In Minnesota, it was like all he did was whine and complain. And then he gets to Buffalo. He has a few good years, and then for whatever reason, he can't just stay happy.
All right. Well, let me just. I have a trade off in my inbox. We're gonna run by you guys, and maybe we'll do the last.
And then we're gonna run a race.
Yeah, we'll run the race. Let me just do this real fast because this has been in my offer. This has been in my inbox for a while. Which side do you have here? DK Metcalf. This is a 12-team start 13 2-point tight end. Super flex, obviously. Yep. DK Metcalf, Justin Herbert, 25-second, or Chris Olave and Anthony Richardson. Olave, Richardson, or Metcalf, Herbert, 25-second.
I think I want Anthony Richardson.
I think so.
That. I think if he stays healthy, he's gonna just be legit point. I don't know if the Colts are gonna be great, but for fantasy,
I think I have to take the Richardson and Olave side because both those players are worth more than the other one. The second is not going to be enough to change it. AR is worth more than Herbert right now. People are down on Herbert, which is a great buy window. And then Olave is worth more than DK Metcalf, and that's not even close. Just on pure value. I mean, you're talking about 2 or 3 years of age difference on that. So I take those two. Don't worry about the second rounder, and maybe try to move. If I can, I'd try to move AR for something a little bit more solid.
Yeah.
What second rounder are you trading? You just made that unbelievable trade for Dallas Goedert. How do you have a second rounder after that league? Sound like the same league.
It's a different league.
Different league.
I heard Herbert again. So
different league. I would be getting Herbert. I have the Richardson Olave side. So
should I play this? Should I play this Scott Fishbowl? The Scott Fishbowl. Should I play this Scott Fish voice message in the Discord live on air? I haven't heard it yet.
Let's do it.
Oh no!
I can't believe it. Oh, I hit the translator button. It says, "You've really sunk into a new world by going on Larry's show." I can't believe it.
Yes. Scott Fish said that.
We need to revoke some access here if the likes of Sal can get into this room.
It was a shot at me. Okay.
Yeah,
So
basically, how the fuck is Sal
we
here?
moved all the Scott Fishbowl conversations over to Discord today because
Yes.
there's different chats. There's the chat for people who are organizing the actual league, the ones organizing the shirts, the ones organizing the podathon. And so there's one where you can leave voice messages. So I was the first voice message asking if this is where I come to leave insulting voice messages for John Bosch, which if you know me, I've made a history of just insulting John Bosch.
Yes.
Songs have been made about it. Clips have been made about it. So Scott's message was, if the likes of me can get in there, he might have to start revoking membership. So
Wow.
I might be out.
So,
Tell us about
you there.
Tell us about the fishbowl, the podathon T-shirts this year. I mean, did you have any say in that, or they were just like, here's the podathon T-shirt this year? Because and how do you feel about it? Because I can't remember if I ordered one or not. I know I was on the website. I may or may not have pulled the trigger, but it's going to happen, no doubt about it.
So a couple of things. Again, on X at Fishbowl Merch. If you go there, click on the link, you have access to, I think there's 30-something different designs. This awesome Happy Gilmore one that I have here. The Podathon logo is basically the Paramount logo with the fish coming up. I do have two of them. I have two shirts in the other room, a blue and a black. I am not a creative person when it comes to design. No, I had no input on the logo or the shirt this year. I believe Steven did that one. But a cool story is we almost had Paramount as a sponsor for the Podathon. Paramount, the problem was they do their stuff for the following year each November. So by the time we had gotten to them, it wasn't in the budget. That's, they're a big corporation, so they budget things. They can't just make changes.
So you want 2025?
There's a good chance that they might be a sponsor of SFB in general and a Podathon in 2025. So pretty cool. And Paramount puts out the CBS Fantasy Football Show, and Heath Cummings is always on. He's always in the first few hours and a big supporter. He does the shopping every year as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm telling you about earlier about us collecting money. We're taking every donation everywhere we can, but we have some amazing sponsors putting up some really hefty numbers now in what we're able to do. And I say we, I'm a small part of it, but what the charity itself has been able to do. I'll give you a quick. I don't know if I ever went on X and announced this, and so one of my closest friends who happens to work with me found out in October that his son had leukemia, his 6-year-old son, and it was a really tough first 5 weeks for them. I won't get into everything that the kid dealt with, but it was really, really tough. But in that time, the video games and the toys and stuff that they had available at that hospital were huge to keeping him busy, keeping him occupied, keeping him going. And when they were done, my friend came to me, he said, listen, I don't want anything directly for my son at all. He goes, is there any way they would consider donating toys, donating something to that hospital? And I reached out, Bob Gilchrist is so pivotal in everything that's done with Fantasy Cares. Everybody knows Scott, everybody knows Brian, but Bob Gilchrist is a name people should know and a guy people should know because he works his ass off to get all this stuff done. So not only did they send a crazy amount of toys, they sent a check in my friend's son's name.
Wow.
And I'll just tell you, the number was in the neighborhood of $10,000 total for everything that they contributed. And it's just amazing where the charity is now and what they're doing. That's not the only place where they're donating. It was amazing that they could do that, but it's humbling sometimes to be a part of that because we're a couple of goofballs, the three of us on the show, and we do all that stuff. But the reality is, even you guys getting on here tonight, getting people to contribute, however many number of people it was to contribute, give the spots away. Every single one of those dollars counts, and It's amazing. That's year round now, not just Christmas.
It's pretty cool how far this charity has come from. Oh, we're trying to raise 10 grand to now it's like we can make a donation. And I say we, like speaking as like from the Scott Fish and Ryan side and Bob Gilchrist side, like they could just go and make a donation like that because that's the kind of funds that Fantasy Cares has raised. The community has really come together around all this. It's pretty amazing.
It is, and it's worldwide. I mean, it's live drafts in like Brazil this year and Germany, and this thing is global. It's crazy. I've always said that Scott has the ability. If Scott wanted to be a millionaire tomorrow, he could turn the SFB into something that was a profitable, multi-million-dollar venture for him and his family, and he has no desire to do that at all. He does this 100% out of his heart, and that's why he's another amazing human being.
Is Joshua Jones the Dynasty Girl Dad?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, he was the one that chimed in. If I bought multiple T-shirts, does that count as my entry?
And you sent that meme, and I was like, "Damn, Larry's coming hard this morning." Yeah.
So that's one of my famous. That's one of my famous GIFs, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's one of my GIFs on Twitter. It's one of my regulars. That's an easy one. But it's like, come on, man. We just laid out what
the whole point, and this came across in several messages. Like, oh, I did this or I did that. The whole point was to raise more money based on this. Raise money.
I love it because it was like
it wasn't like, oh, you have donated or you had whatever. It's like, hey, we want to raise more for this. That came across. You weren't the only one, Jonesy. That
no, not at all. No, there were other folks.
You just posted it on the thread and not in the DM.
Yeah, you went on Twitter, so that makes it public. Puts it on the public record.
In true deviant trader fashion, he was trying to barter and see what he could get with, and then when you turn him down, he came through.
Yeah. No, good. I was rooting for him. Man. So we could talk about it at some point.
Going back to that trade, buy sell you says Olave has no QB and won't. Richardson can still flop. I think you're thinking about this wrong. I would want those players for the value. You still have 3 months to make trades and move. I'd like to tear up from Richardson. I think it'd be easier to tear up from Richardson than from Herbert. And I think that Olave can fetch you more than DK Metcalf can in a trade. Make moves. Always about making moves.
2 guys are hot right now, and those other 3 are kind of not. You know?
Yeah, DK Metcalf is as low as he's ever been.
Yeah.
And Herbert is lower than he's ever been. So
all right, so Jonesy's made an offer.
All right.
Here we go. Let's hope he's drinking tonight. Maybe that'll still loosen up his offer a little bit, right?
He's not drinking enough.
Come on, Josh. Come on, JJ. Anyone? He has to be called JJ.
It doesn't help me, right? So he's offering me. So he wants Jordan Love and Chris Olave still.
Yep.
Josh Allen's in the deal, and the other piece is Gardner Minshew. What?
No, that's rubbish.
He's coming after your heartjones there.
Dude, Josh Allen he's just saying whatever.
I need some kind of a wide receiver.
Quarterback.
I'll tell you what, Jonesy, you leave that trade exactly how it is. Add some kind of a wide receiver in there, and we might get this done.
Yeah, you gotta Adam
Stack. Have to be a major wide receiver player piece.
Is he saying Gardner Minshew Adam Stack? Is that what he's talking about right now?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Gardner Minshew is lucky if he plays the whole season. Come on.
I have O'Connell. I have O'Connell, and so I would have. But I'm gonna.
He's playing to your Raiders. Fucking
yeah. Yeah, he's pulling at heartstrings there. Yeah,
but the reality is, I'd be starting Dak and Josh Allen every week. I would
exactly. There wouldn't be a stack because you'd never have Gardner Minshew in there. So
yeah, Josie's killing me.
That's just the depth piece, which is all fine and dandy. But you're giving away one of your top 3 wide receivers, and you don't have a 4th wide receiver.
You really underestimated that Trey Tucker stack,
dude. So Josh Allen. I mean, listen. I mean, during the I guess you'd say in April. No, this was before. Yeah, it's probably about February, March, April. I sent. I'm with Jonesy, but I was like, oh, it's Josh Allen. I sent Shane in a league, Josh Allen for CJ Stroud and Neighbors. And this was before the pre-draft process. Like,
Okay.
So it's a Debbie league that you guys had.
yes.
All right,
This
yeah.
is before landing spot or before combine. Right around.
So how'd the trade go? Did it happen?
No, he didn't know he wouldn't make it, and I was like, "How are you not making this?" It's Josh. I was right with Jonesy here, and I still had that. But yeah, I mean, would you trade it now? I don't know. Right now, with Neighbors on the Giants and
You got a trade incoming, Sal. This coming up is the very most I will do, Dan.
Oh, this is fucking Jonesy, huh? Jonesy.
Listen, I've turned him down for better. Believe me.
Well, while we're doing this, Larry, pull the race screen up. We need to do a race, man.
There's no way he's going. Yes, let's do this. There's no way he's going in harder than a Minshew. What else? Minshew. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay, Larry, Dubswin wants to know how you feel about Mike Williams this year with the Jets.
Oh, I have no feelings about him at all. I don't even consider him a Jets fan.
He hates Mike Williams, guys. Larry hates anybody that can get hurt. Like, oh, they can get hurt. And he just has this in the back of his head. Like, any player that has been hurt will continue to be hurt. So,
yeah, that's how I feel. What do you want me to tell you? Oh, baby.
Randomize that a few times.
How many times should we randomize it?
I don't know. Just hit a few times.
Ready? There's eight people in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam.
All right, winner of this gets a shot. Don't go
top 2, right?
No, we're gonna run another race.
Oh,
after this.
yes. Okay, and then the top 2 win.
I like a faster. No,
there's 3 more races left.
No,
this one and one more.
And we're gonna do it right now.
Right. Yeah, we're running both back to back. Yeah.
This is it. Start rush. Kehoe, right. Steady Eddie, Rob McCann, Dynasty Girl Dad, T.H. Russ. Oh, R. Wilson is out of the gate. Damian and Mark H.
Fast now.
Well, yeah, because Larry, I made Larry change it so we would be this for 5 minutes trying to figure out.
I got the need for speed. What is it? The top 4?
No, it's the top 1. So Mark H gets the spot.
Mark H gets a spot.
Mark H gets a spot, and then the other 7 will run another race.
We run another race with the top 6 now?
No, the other 7 because we ran 8. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here, Larry? Rerun this race, but without Mark H.
Oh, got it. Rerun this race, but without Mark H.
So Mark H gets in.
Okay.
I'm going to find out what his Twitter handle is so we can announce it.
Yes, I did send it to you.
Yeah.
Mark H.
I got to scroll back. I didn't copy and paste all this stuff.
All right. So, Mark, okay. This is going to be fantastic. I know how to do this.
We're so proud of you.
Mark H.
So, this is he's at HollyMark323 on Twitter. So if you're not already following Mark H, he needs some followers. HollyMark323.
All right, Mark.
He's in SFB 14, so he needs some follows.
That's right. He just got in. All right, so the final act is what? How many?
It's 7.
7. Here we go. All right, I'm going to do it right now. Bam. Bam.
So exciting.
Riveting.
R. Wilson.
By the way, I have the trade offer. I'll wait till after this riveting.
No, I think you should say the trade offer while Larry puts these names.
Do it. Let's just do it.
Announce all these names while we go. All right, so let's hear the trade offer, Sal. Let's kill some time.
Same 2 players, right? Jordan Love and Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and Adonai Mitchell from the wide receiver from the Indianapolis Colts, rookie wide receiver.
He took out Minshew?
No, he took Minshew out.
He took Minshew out?
Yeah.
What? Come on, get out of here.
He's playing with me, this guy.
I'd counter with Minshew. Go Allen Minshew, AD.
Hold on. Get some picks from him.
I'm on the show. He's got to make the offers.
Yeah.
I'm very busy. I don't know if he realizes this, but I'm booked right now.
That's true. Yeah, you are you're very busy. I actually don't mind that. that trade. I don't know that Minshew does anything for your team, so
But
it's just
wait a
necessities.
second. Let me see this guy.
All right.
There's no way he has any draft picks.
Okay. We can do the rush whenever you were ready, folks.
Okay, well, let's do the rush while Sal tries to figure out what else he wants from Jonesy.
He's got nothing higher than a third-round draft pick in the next couple of years.
I'll just take a third. All right. Let's see here. Let me go full screen so I can see.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sal, you ready for the race?
I can't wait. I'm riveted.
Start rush.
Here
The
we go.
winner gets in.
Winner gets in. Steady Eddie, Girl Dad, McCann, Kehoe, TH Damien, R. Wilson.
He left it on slow.
Well, oh, yeah, man.
Jonesy.
Come on.
If Jonesy wins, I'll make the trade.
Whoa. Okay. Look at that one.
And now he's in last place.
So we have the winner of this race gets into the
second
Scott
spot.
Fish Bowl, baby. Here
Yeah.
we go. We have McCann.
Rob McCann up
Eddie.
in front there.
The winner. R. Wilson is oh my God, these guys.
I
Damien.
think Steady Eddie spent too much time stretching today. He wore himself
Oh
out.
God, Steady might, maybe he'll have a kick. Who knows? Girl
All the
Dad.
Wilson at the bottom. It's gonna be tight here.
Girl Dad out of nowhere. AJ, you're gonna have to make the trade, Sal.
Trying to get that trade done, Sal.
Sal's making the trade.
Come on, Wilson.
Wilson just put in a burst. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's going to take a big upset for Girl Dad to get him. Here comes
Kehoe's
Kehoe.
coming on strong.
Oh my God.
It's Kehoe and
Kehoe.
Wilson. Kehoe and Wilson. Wilson and Kehoe.
Whoa,
Kehoe and Wilson.
what a finish. What a finish. Kehoe wins it.
Whoa, Kehoe.
Jonesy,
Wow,
fourth place is
R.
not gonna
Wilson's
get it.
got to be
Third
devastated.
place.
Steady Eddie bringing up the rear.
Wow.
We expected better out of you, Eddie. Come on.
He looks more like Eddie
Yeah.
Lacy. Jesus.
Ah, Eddie Lacy. I wish we had more. I wish we had more spots to give away. I always feel bad.
All right,
Hey,
and
that's-
Kehoe's handle is P Kehoe 82. So if y'all go follow Kehoe, another SFB 14 entrant.
Yeah,
Larry,
Jones, you're real
comment?
consistent. Top three every time. Still a loser.
All right. Oh,
Sweet.
that's cool. Well, this is awesome,
I
man.
didn't even know Paul was in the chat until like a second ago.
Kehoe, he made it, baby. Womp womp. Steady
Somebody
Eddie
must have-
crushed.
Somebody must have let Paul know he was in the race.
Maybe.
Out of nowhere.
Maybe he's watching somewhere on Twitter. And so, congrats to Mark H. and Kehoe. How about that?
Yeah.
Not that. That's a cool T-shirt Justin has on. Sal, you got anything from Mississippi? You ever been to Mississippi?
I don't think so. No, never been to Mississippi.
You want a chicken? I'll send you a chicken.
A teen chicken?
Yeah.
You can groom it, just like all your other girls.
Jeez. So all the
Hang
bugs
on,
were out today.
I'm not saying anything at all.
I had something. I was about to share something, and I was like, "Yeah, no."
I'm so out.
How about those guys? Congrats to Kehoe and Mark H. Is Mark H. even hanging out tonight, or what?
I hadn't seen him in chat yet, so
Hmm.
he might be asleep.
Well, that's what you got to do, man. But, I mean, you could have won a fishbowl spot. If you want to get into the fishbowl, you can do it. All you need to do is just pay attention to the internet.
True.
Just what you're doing anyway. That's what everyone does.
There's giveaways going on every day.
You know?
First year I got in, I was on the podathon that evening, and earlier in the day I got in on a rando thing that Scott did.
You got in
Every
the podathon.
2 hours before the podathon, before our
every year we give spots away live on the show. People get added as it's going on. One year Matthew Berry got added live on the show. So Matthew Berry was live on with us, and he was not in, and he got added. So it happens.
So,
Yeah, so tune into the Podathon.
so give us the dates of the Podathon again, and the Fishbowl kicks off when? Or Fishbowl kicks off. Let's turn into more of a live event now. Well, it hasn't, but there's plenty of live events.
There's live events in many cities, and I think they start off in the next. There might be some the weekend we're on, or maybe even the weekend before. One of the other countries, it might be as early as next weekend. I don't have the list in front of me. We kick off June 29th, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, and we go till the following Sunday night at 8 p.m., which is June 30th. I'm really excited because it was supposed to start on Friday night, and I bought my son tickets to WWE at MSG on the floor, aisle seats where the wrestlers come out, and I couldn't go and we moved the Podathon, so now I could go with him to that on Friday night. So I'll be hungover and tired on Saturday morning after wrestling at Madison Square Garden.
You're gonna be pumped. You'll be pumped.
Listen, go follow at fantasycares.org on X. You'll get everything you need to know there at SFB_Abby Makers, at SFB Podathon, at Fishbowl Merch. All the people, the people. Tune in, donate, have fun, go to live events. Even if you're not drafted in a live event and it's in your city, go. So many people came last year. I got to hang out with so many great people. Elliot Christ was fun to hang out with. I've known Elliot for years, but we've never been in the same room together. So we got to hang out last year and meeting people. I tell you, it was a surreal moment for me. Russ and I were upstairs at this balcony that overhung where the draft was happening. And some woman walked in wearing an SFB Podathon shirt. I didn't know her. Wow. It was like, wow. It was so awesome that just some random person who I didn't know was wearing a shirt from something that I created. So it's pretty cool. I could not encounter, by the way.
I could not find my Black Flag Podathon shirt. It's normally glowing in the dark in my my closet, just because it's the only white shirt that's in my closet.
Yeah, I have mine. I wore it recently, I think, to the gym or the workout, and so that's why my Podathon shirts are down there. My gym shirts.
I buy every single Podathon shirt because how are you gonna not? It doesn't make any sense not to. I was gonna wear my last year's shirt, which I picked out a great color. You're able to pick out your customize it to the colors. And that's what's cool about it too, because when you're buying these T-shirts, you can mix and match the colors to that suit your taste. So, but yeah, when I was looking for my orange one from last year, and I came across the OG Podathon tee. Yeah, baby,
it's a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah,
sound waves. That fish is made out of sound waves on that shirt.
I know, and that's how they used sound waves to discover those bodies in the Long Island Sound, right?
Yes, they were found in a marsh.
The marsh, yeah, you know it.
If you want to know exactly where, just DM Sal. He knows where he put them.
Hey, listen, we all know that we'll talk about Sal for a minute, but then we'll let him go. I know it's getting late for him. He's got to work tomorrow. He's got to go over to Verrazano, work in Jersey, right?
I work across the street from where I live.
Oh,
literally across the street. I walk out of my building and into the other building.
That's not even enough time to go get yourself a coffee, though. You got to have a stop somewhere to get food.
You don't have to don't give me your address right now. Just give me give me a spot. I'm going to tell you how far I am. I guarantee I'm less than 40 minutes from you right now.
I'm near Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge.
And Justin, I start every morning by walking to the deli. I get my breakfast and my coffee, and then at 7:30 a.m. I eat in my office, and then I start my workday with a call at 7:45.
You even want to know? Sal, Run DFF could jog to Sal's house from my house.
How far is it?
It's 26 miles.
Oh, yeah.
My apartment is Run DFF could easily run to Sal's house from my house.
26 miles, but in the New York, New Jersey area, how long would it take?
It's going to go on the BQE.
I'd probably be quicker running than y'all driving.
Justin will be up on that fucking top. No, it's 40 minutes right now. For me to get to Sal, if I want to go knock on Sal's door, I could be there in 40 minutes. That's
because it's 11 o'clock right now. Try to do it at 4 o'clock or whatever. Yeah.
If I want to roll
hour and 40 minutes.
If me and Sal wanted to meet each other, it'd be 20 minutes each way. I mean, it might be more expensive than him.
Yeah, But because Sal doesn't want to meet you, it'd be 40 minutes your way. Just go. 40 minutes for you, Larry. He's not covering the extra 20 minutes.
Sal almost came when Justin was in town. Justin visited after the Boston Marathon. He came and visited me, and Sal almost came and met us when we had we met up with Rocky and Shane and Mercer was there, right?
I wanted to come tonight. There was a reason why I couldn't come. So Eddie was asking about the. I am actually in the Michael Corleone division.
Oh,
Eddie, so I'm in the Corleone division. And I haven't purchased that shirt yet, so maybe I will buy that. But we get I think if you attend the live draft, if you play in a live draft, you get a shirt. So I don't know what the shirt's going to be. Any live draft, I think there's at least the New York City one.
How long do the live drafts last? Approximately.
The one in New York City, well, the event itself is from noon to 8 p.m. It's 8 hours.
Oh my God.
You only draft 10 rounds. You draft 10 rounds live, then you do the rest of it online.
There is no way Larry could do that.
That's how I met my wife.
Hour 4.
So I met my wife. I drank for 8 hours in New York City and then ran into my wife.
Well, there's 4 drafts that day, two at a time. So the first 2 will probably kick off around 2 p.m. and go for 2 hours. And the other one, that's generally how it worked last year. But I mean, if you're in the New York City area, look it up. Come on in, man. It's a great time. I'd love to meet anybody.
What date are you? What date is the draft?
Ask Sal while he's drafting. It's perfect.
I should get in. I wanted to get in the draft. I don't want to knock Sal out of the fishbowl. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the spots are all taken for the draft, so you'd have to come hang. It's July 13th. July 13th. So about a month away from tomorrow. Yeah.
You know what?
It's the 12th, right?
It'd be,
And it's always a good time. Always a good time. And Jonesy said, "Don't let me off the hook." I counted.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I counted. You have to accept now.
All right, so we want to know. We want to know what the counter is.
I put Minshew back in there just.
Okay, so Allen, AD, and Minshew for Love and Olave.
Yep.
Yeah.
AD Mitchell.
Right.
Love, AD Mitchell, and Minshew. Yeah, man, that's a no-brainer. JJ, if you want him that bad, cough up Minshew. Come on, Gardner Minshew's Gardner Minshew. What's he gonna do? He's gonna win you your league. So. What?
Oh, cool. So we're gonna see me in LA. I'm working to get there. I'm looking up flights as we speak. Yankees won again, by the way. Got that game on the TV over here.
Celtics won again.
Did they? I didn't get.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Just don't turn the sound on. We don't need to get it reported by YouTube.
But they don't get it. The intro.
That happens.
Intro outro usually gets us. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on. But hey, man, Sal's got to get to work. Maybe we should wrap it up for him. We'll wrap it up, but we'll keep it live. This is what we do for the patrons. Actually, we should talk about the Patreon because we have one of those. If you want to get involved with the show, and that's really what you're doing. You're becoming a part of the show. If you're a Patreon member, a patron, we have a killer chat with some really impressive dynasty minds, and the chat's always lit.
Yeah, it is fun.
We do a lot of fun stuff with our patrons, and there's 2 tiers. Check it out. Just look at the Hot Sauce Twitter page. Yeah. And get on the Hot Sauce Twitter page. Follow us. Follow the show. Follow the YouTube. Follow the Apple whatever. What is it? Apple Podcasts.
Subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Larry, never change. Never change.
Hey, if we can get any less professional, we're working on it. All right.
He took the trade, so the trade happened here.
Wow, we did a live trade right now.
The trade is done, so I feel like I did a good
Let's
service.
Let's hear it again in its entirety.
I sent Chris Olave and Jordan Love. And I got back Josh Allen, Mitchell, and Minshew.
All right. Not bad. I like it, Sal.
I'll try to flip something else over now. Maybe get another stronger wide receiver. while Mitchell develops a little bit, because I think Jonesy will admit that I was probably the top team in the league last year. I ended up coming in second place regular season and just fumbled the semis and would have murdered everybody in the finals. So my team is competitive.
This is a 12-team start 13, right?
12 teams start 13, yeah.
You gotta have a start 13. I'm learning the start 13 is the best. Dude, Justin, what is this guy? Dubs win? What, is he looking for a hot sauce league? Are you kidding me? Dubs, where have you been, baby? Where have you been, Dubs?
Look, we're about maybe 60% through this dispersal now. Whew, man,
Yeah.
what? These assholes, they are fucking with me. This morning, I wake up to, where'd all the tight ends go? We're running it on Google Sheets. Someone accidentally cut all but 3 of the tight ends, so I had to go back and figure out which tight ends were taken. Fortunately, I had made a copy of the whole thing, a read-only copy, so that no one could screw that up.
Look at you. Very nice. Good. That's a good move on your part.
I was able to copy and paste it back in and just delete the names that have been drafted already.
All right.
Yeah, it's
all right, gents. This has been a great time. I always appreciate coming on with you guys. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for keeping a small-time dream alive.
I can't wait to see Sal in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks time.
2 weeks.
This is to the stage. There he is. Just in time for Sal to leave, baby.
Sal's
Sal,
leaving.
see you later, Sal.
I came on. I guess we're both going. So
No. Hey, man, welcome Scott Fish to the show. How about that, man?
Making his
Scott, you
appearance.
stole my haircut. I can't take this guy.
I already stole your haircut.
I wore my Blockbuster shirt this weekend, Scott, but I have the Happy Gilmore on tonight.
What's crazy is I was wearing that earlier and I changed. So we could have been matching.
That's
nobody moves around the house like Scott. You know what I mean?
Well, you did a pretty good job earlier, actually. Sal was showing us his I mean, I don't know. We didn't see any dead bodies or decomposed bodies when he removed that curtain. Which, is it a curtain or is it a blanket? What's going on? What is it?
It's a curtain. It's a curtain.
It's a shower curtain, isn't it?
It's a shower curtain.
It's a legitimate, nice. The material's nice. I paid a lot of money for this stupid thing. Actually, they saw me coming.
You need to send Scott this curtain, I think, because I mean, if he puts this all over his house, everyone will think he's like walking around in the city.
It's a little bit different than the Minnesota skyline. Yeah.
It's a slight downgrade, but I mean, it's cool. It's cool.
So Scott, we were able to give away 2 spots tonight, and we did, and we raised a couple of $100 in the process.
That's nice. Love it.
Scott was just like, "I'm sorry, who gave you 2 Scott spots to give?"
Someone's getting removed from the Discord tonight when he finds out who did it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is funny because I reached out to Ryan last year, and because I was in a bidding war in an auction we were having, and Ryan fell asleep and he missed one of he missed a part of it, and I was like, "All right, man. What do you think about 2 fishbowl spots?" He was like, "You got them." I was like, "Yes."
Wow.
So
on that. Oh boy.
No, that's not collusion. No, but no, we generally give out 2 spots for the last 3 or 4 years, right, Justin? We've been lucky enough to be able to have some fun with this whole. I don't even know what I mean. I don't even know what you call it now. Like it's its own entity. You know what I'm saying? Like it has its own.
Developed a lot of different things. It's much more than just the Scott Fish Bowl now. So
it really is at this point. It really is. That's no question of that. Yep.
There's the whole potathon segment wing of the whole. It's almost like there's different worlds of the fishbowl now, and the potathon is this big part of it. And man.
There's so many.
The eliminators are the eliminators. I wanted to wear my eliminator shirt tonight, and I was like, man, I pulled out this out of nowhere because I have I have a whole section of all of my my SFB shirts and hot sauce, like all my podcast shirts I listen to, has its own section in my closet, as probably all you guys as well. And then this one miraculously came out. Just put my fist in, like I was Justin, checking out the prostate on like some mad cow or something, But
listen, the live drafts, the merchandise, the shirts. There's so many ways that people have gotten creative. The Abbeys, so many ways that people have gotten creative to bring money into this charity. It's every single ounce of it is balanced and awesome.
Yeah,
agreed.
So Scott, did you get any eliminators this year? Or I mean,
I
should be a Scott Fish eliminator. There should be, right?
No, I was a little too busy this year that week. It came at a bad week for me. Just a really, really busy week. So the eliminators decided to, like, we ran them May 6th is when they launched, and Safe Leagues, like my day job, my contest operator, all 1,200 rookie drafts start May 6th. So like monitoring and dealing with issues in 1,200 leagues during their rookie drafts for that week it's just not a good time for me to be able to do a eliminator. Just bad timing this year. So
it's funny that I'm on Twitter scrolling blah blah blah. I see random stuff, and as we all do, and this guy right here saw something that I saw today. You kind of like sent a little zinger out there about adding a third spot.
Yeah, that's what happens when it's 10 p.m. and you go on a show while you're drinking. You just send a tweet out and.
But that got some traction. Is it something you might consider now? Because did get some. Because I was just like, "Ooh, that would be fun. That would be sick. That would be interesting."
Yeah, it did get a little bit of traction. I think that the kick return stuff this year is almost going to go a little too crazy. Honestly, there are multiple sites like Fantasy Points and FTN that are projecting some of the top 10, 15 scorers are going to be returners. Yep. Which I did not intend to go that crazy, but it makes a little bit of sense. So like that's crazy enough for me.
Does it affect any of your earlier picks? Like the first 5 rounds?
I actually don't think it affects drafts.
When does that impact the draft? Those return yards?
I honestly don't think it impacts it till double-digit rounds. Maybe a little earlier. I saw Joshua Jones here put up Rashid Shaheed was 27th overall in this format. I've tweeted that out. There's a couple guys like Xavier Gibson for the Jets and Denzel Mims for the Broncos and a few other, maybe even Jamal Agnew or obviously Rashid Shaheed. There's Keyshawn Nixon even comes into play, but there are some certain returners that you might start to think about. But I think the real point where that's going to become a thing is after week 1, when people start to realize who's returning kicks. I know that Austin Eckler was doing it.
Yeah,
there's going to be a little bit of that, but I think week 1, week 2, after we see who's returning kicks, is where it's really going to take effect. I don't think it's going to hugely hit the drafts.
Yeah, there might be some hot waiver wire pickups. Some of these random guys that you're like, wait, they had 4 or 5 returns the other day. So.
That's interesting. So yeah, I mean, now. If you had, what did you pick a division yet, or do you wait till everything's? Are you like the last guy to fill the last spot?
Yeah,
you're the captain going down with the ship. I'll take the.
Normally, I pick a division, and I just like my son and I stand on opposite ends of a division, and then it just fills up. But this year, we held mine back. My son and I are in a division. It's the She's All That division because. There's been a running joke for about a decade about She's All That. Sal's laughing about She's All That being my favorite movie of all time. It's such a running joke that my family is now in on it, and the extended family is now in on it. Apparently, everybody thinks that's my favorite movie of all time. So, why not roll with it? We're going to be in that division, but the other, it's hidden. It's people can't select spots in it. We think we're going to try to do something fun to give away the final 10 spots in that.
Sweet.
I mean, listen, one of the other cool things that's spawned out of this is the Ian Fish Bowl.
The Ian Fish Bowl, yeah. The first year was last year. The Ian Fish Bowl first year, and it's all kids. Last year was 3 leagues of all kids just playing and having fun, and the kind of thing where everyone made the playoffs, and got to experience that. It was like I talked to a lot of the parents afterwards and at conferences, expos, et cetera afterwards, and man, they all wanted to bring it back. So we're going to bring it back and maybe add some more kids this year.
What's the age group for that?
We didn't have anyone over 16 last year, so I guess that's about the age group, but the majority of them were 12 and under.
Yeah.
My 22-year-old son was trying to get into that. I'm like, bud, come on. You got to go compete against adults. You're an adult now.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure that out at 22 that you're an adult. It doesn't make any sense in your head.
Well, he'll be 23 in July, so he's getting graduated college 2 weeks ago.
That's insane. Man, we've known each other so long. Like I remember when he was like young. That's
when I first started podcasting, he was like 13.
Jeez.
He was like 12 or 13 when I first started podcasting, and we used to celebrate his birthday on the Waffle House Live. Oh yeah, I remember specifically going out for dinner and coming home and doing a show with Steve and Kevin and inviting him on because we were just out for his birthday dinner. Those guys, they're dead, by the way. Now.
Oh,
what?
You're right,
no,
Sal.
Just kidding.
I thought there was a little birdie. I thought I heard a rumor that maybe 1 or 2 of them would be popping on the podathon, but
Kevin completely ignores us at all times. Steve did tell me he wants to come. He wants to come on. So he might be with us this year, Steve.
I need to know when that's happening because I'll be traveling a lot that weekend. So
okay.
I want to know what time that is so I can tune in.
Yeah,
so
everyone wants to see the chair.
Do you have a favorite Podathon shirt this year? What's your favorite one?
Not Podathon, SFB shirt.
Oh,
okay. Forget SFB shirts. Let's go SFB. The Podathon shirts. The last 2 years of Podathon shirts are awesome. Like this year's Paramount Podathon shirt and last year's Landshark Podathon shirt. I can't. They're 2 of my favorite shirts.
Landshark was probably one of my favorite. One of my favorite podcast shirts in general. Just the that whole Podathon shirt. Yeah. I got the orange color. It's perfect in the Landshark theme. It's perfect in the backyard with a pool. Forget it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the green and the blue, light green and light blue. I love them.
I got the light green one, but yeah, it's awesome. Not enough, Joshua. I don't know what level it is, but it's definitely not enough.
So what about regular shirts this year? What you got? Any favorites? I'm still thumbing through. I always feel like I'm like, did I buy a shirt last night? But because I've just been like, I don't want to. It's such a tough decision. There's so many to choose from.
I don't have a favorite to my knowledge. I mean, I like a bunch of them. I think I got 12 of them. But I'm not sure which one is my favorite, to be honest.
I have 6. I felt like I was doing good at 6, but
wow, 6.
Scott put out a tweet the other day. I think it was a tweet, right? Maybe I don't know. Was it in the chat, Scott, about the quality of the shirts and the shipping? And it couldn't be more right. I mean, I'm wearing this thing. It is soft. It's so soft, and it came in like 3 days. I got it in like 3 days.
Yep. In fairness, so I got part of the test shirts batch. So that's why I have 12. Is that we were testing different companies, and I got a few of those. So I have some extras.
I'll tell you what, though, I agree. I'm enjoying looking at that Mississippi College T-shirt there. Run DFF is rocking right there. I'm a little jealous of that one. Man.
I didn't go to the wardrobe and pull out an old SFB shirt. Now I feel like I slacked all over there.
You gotta get your milk.
I have a contraband shirt from last year that I got a 1 of 1.
Didn't they make you a custom? Didn't they custom make you a?
We didn't talk about it really, but it was one that was trademarked and not allowed to be used.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. That is one thing that we are superbly aware of. We have copyright talks and stuff all the time. We have a person for that, and the Rocky one has been the hardest because Philadelphia people, especially the live event, Philadelphia people want Rocky, but it's just block lettering. And like, if you go away, like it doesn't even, you can't tell it's Rocky because it's block lettering.
They don't want Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, and then you got the Rocky statue stuff, but we have to avoid that too. And like it became a giant conversation. How do we make a Rocky shirt without using the statue? And the block lettering doesn't like nobody knows it's Rocky.
I got the answer. This is an easy answer. You just get
Gloves?
Sal. You just get Sal to put on his Rocky shorts and take his picture and put that picture on his shirt.
Wait, I'm gonna go get those. I'm gonna put those out there. Right now.
Oh boy.
What's happening?
So I haven't been on this show in a while. Is it normally one person laying on a couch during the show? Is that how it works?
Yeah, he's Justin's always on the couch.
long, Scott. Jeez, I'm beats.
Normally, I have
the last
two
time-
quarterbacks' heads on behind me.
Right. The last time Scott was on, I might have had The Office before we moved.
What's funny was I'm in a chat with some podcasters, and we're trying to figure out
Where they
a day to
are.
hang out. Oh no, Jesus!
Oh,
not
boy.
the front, Sal. Take the potato out.
Not the back either.
Put the potato. The potato doesn't belong in the backpack.
This is amazing. Amazing.
Those are vintage, huh?
These are brand new. There's some company that's actually selling them. I bought them to wear on 4th of July this year.
There's probably like 13 companies that are selling them, all made in the same factory, but yeah.
I bought it from the factory known as Contenders.
Oh, yeah, so Scott, Sal said if the Potathon raises $100,000, he will drink a bottle of hot sauce.
I'll drink a bottle of hot sauce without 100,000. However, if you ask me to eat a pickle, that's a no-go right there.
Oh yes,
I will not.
There was you were doing an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, right?
No.
I was going to do a pickle question. I just didn't get it in time.
I have turned down 5 figures on that. I
Wow.
just can't do it.
I hate pickles.
I
too,
would
but
gag
I'm
and throw
probably
up.
good
That's
for
the
5
problem. I'd gag and throw up.
Yeah.
I'm a picky eater, so pickles are no way for me. I wouldn't do it for a 6.
Is this 3?
Maybe 6 figures I would.
You don't like pickles? Because I can't stand pickles.
Oh
Mike
my
Wright
gosh.
hates them. Mike Wright's big anti-pickle guy.
Yeah, he is. We've talked
I'm
about
usually
it.
in a room by myself with this situation.
You
I
like
actually
pickles?
remember this many years ago. Scott, you remember our good friend Tags?
Hold on, sorry, I have to interrupt for Joshua Jones. Damn, Sal. Say what is pickle? What's that?
Oh
Sal?
my God, the shorts.
Scott, the shorts. Scott, do you know who Yvette is?
I do.
Yes,
I do.
of course.
I've met Yvette.
Okay,
I met
okay,
her.
okay.
I
just
met her,
wanted to bring you up to speed. But do you recall the relationship that Sal cultivated organically during last year's Potathon with Yvette?
I saw the segment. I did see the segment. Yes.
We talked about that recently. Not only was that segment great, but the segment with Kate and Michelle afterwards, immediately giving their play-by-play
Were
of
they trying
it.
to wingman you up there?
But I did tell these guys, give Yvette a lot of credit. She's a super hard worker. She pumps out a lot of content. She does a lot of various things, and she's a single mom who's working her butt off. And
we're gonna try to get her on the show for sure, man.
She'll come on because she really does like to pump out and promote.
Maybe you could pull some strings for us, maybe. Right?
She's also doing a golf outing in support of Fantasy Cares later this year.
No
amazing.
kidding.
Very cool.
Hard worker for sure.
Very cool.
I was going to mention Tags way back in the day. Had the Hot Route podcast, I think it was called.
Yep.
And I slipped in a question about pickles for Scott back then. And I remember he was like,
I remember it.
You guys got had. He's like, whoever put that in there. It was me.
I love that. Yeah, him and his wife Tabby didn't understand that it was a joke for a second.
They were great. They did a great show together.
Clearly,
that's a long time ago.
Clearly not in your top 8 Sal Leto podcasts of all time.
No, it's all filled with hot sauce.
Who knows where that one landed? But
I just want to know how this happened. How we somehow managed to have. I don't know what the measuring is.
So Scott, to bring Scott up to speed, if you look up, I don't even know how you discover this website, but there's a Sal Leto greatest 8, the top 8 greatest Sal Leto podcasts of all time.
That's a site.
Three in the top 8 podcast appearances. 3 hot sauce pod appearances in this
See,
South.
which makes me think that Sal has only been on like 8 podcasts ever, but then I know
The
that
greatest podcast appearances in the history of Sal Leto. 3
No
of the top 8,
Falafel
3
House
of them.
on there. No Fun House. None of
1/3.
these. Somehow
They were
he's
nothing. That was nothing for you.
Fun House
It's the
was
hot sauce.
great.
The hot sauce pod. The falafel house. Forget about it. No one cares about it. It's all about the hot sauce pod. You need to be
These
on the hot
kids in the
sauce pod.
Kids in the street
More.
don't know about the Fun House, Scott. You got to let them know about falafel and
Of course,
Fun
the Fun House. I know all about the Sal. Come on, you've been on our show like half a dozen times. We know all about that stuff.
I said the kids in the street, Larry, not old people with babies.
Well,
I'll
hey,
tell you what I do remember about the Fun House or the Falafel House. You had 3 celebrity leagues, one with me, one with Liz, and one with Mike Wright.
Yeah,
And I remember Liz won hers and I won mine, and Mike Wright did not win his.
that was right. Year 1, we had celebrity leagues. Man, it was so great. That was 2016, man.
Jesus. Wow.
it-
It feels like forever ago.
What's great about this community, we'll get a little nostalgic about back then, is like right away everybody was so accepting and willing to do those things, and there was a lot of cross promotion, and nobody competed. And I think the fantasy community is great about that. It's always been such great support, which is why Fantasy Cares has gotten such big support and grown as it's grown. Yeah, it's but that was it was funny that those were, and you guys are major celebrities now. Look, you're on that level still.
we made we went like at least the first 2 or 3 years of having guests every single week, and then Justin one day was like, "Hey, you want to do a show just the 2 of us?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's give that a go." And it was weird, and then we did just a straight year of just the 2 of us, and then we had a guest on. I was like, "Whoa, that was weird too." We're like, it was just like, "Woo, man!" But every time Sal comes on, it's weird. I know that part. I mean,
Is it the shorts? Is it the potato and the shorts?
That's a constant. That's a constant, man. But hey, how many times does Scott Fish just dip into the potathon? I mean, yeah, it's going to be a record this year because we're going a long time this time around. 36 hours. You were on vacation last year, right? Or the year prior to that, I believe.
Scott, yeah, it used to be a little bit more, but Scott's grown exponentially busy around the time that the live drafts are going on, everything's going on. So he makes his way, and I think he'll be on to kick off the show in the first hour this year, like typically we do. And then he always has an open link to jump in and out.
I feel like
I'll be around, that's for sure. The Podathon coincides with the Circus Stadium Swim live event, so I'll check in from there, and when I'm not traveling, I'll try to check in. I prefer to have it on the background while I'm hanging out, just doing stuff, working. But yeah, I got travel and events during that time this year, so I'll try to get on as much as I can now.
Yeah, no, if you're
I feel like 3 or 4 years ago was the peak where it was.
we've got downhill since there.
That you had all the time in the world, and now you've gotten so busy that we can't even drag you away for 10 minutes at a time.
We all know.
I'm here. I'm here, man.
Basically, the whole you stopped in like every other hour for
in the early days,
a few years ago. Yeah.
You're right. I was able to stop in a whole lot more.
Because there were a lot of spots given away live where you were just popping in like, hey, I've got a spot, whatever.
Yeah,
we definitely still do that. It's just like Bob will pop in to do it, and I was talking about Bob earlier. I mean, Bob is what that guy puts in and what he does is amazing. Yeah. What that's done, Justin, is just get to expose a few more people, right? We've gotten a lot more people on.
You guys got more.
There's so many people working on this now that it's like, Ryan, we still love getting him in there because that accent is the best ever. Still, it'll never get old. So yeah, it's cool. More hosts. We have more. I mean, Russ is so involved in hosting now.
Oh yeah, you came on last year and you were like we can dip in and host a segment as well. We have that up for 36 hours. You can't squeeze it in or something.
Yeah,
you can't do a half hour with somebody.
No chance I ever said that.
Not even like the Australian guys.
I am absolutely not shocked at the reaction there. Come on now.
I do feel like this year though, Sal might set a record for SFB 15 spots given away.
Oh, that's a
teaser.
If you want to tune in for those,
that's an Easter egg. That's an Easter egg.
I like
You know
it.
what that means, right? You got to tune in for 36 hours.
Dude.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? I mean, I want to. I have it on my big screen TV all day, like until I get super yelled at by everybody. You know, I have a almost 9-year-old and a wife, and they're just like, you know, whatever. But man, that weekend, the Python's always going to be on. Always.
I love when people send me pictures of it on the big screen.
yeah,
I love it.
The
It's
best
pretty cool.
part is when you get up in the middle of the night for a piss. If you are a legit degenerate, I mean, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just a regular person. You get up for a piss in the middle of the night and you check the podathon and see what's going on.
People
I've
do
done
that. They leave it on. They go to bed.
I
They
have
leave
done
it
that.
on. They get up. They check it. It's
Should
you got
leave
the
it on
people
anyway.
from-
the overnight stuff's entertaining. Let me tell you, it is entertaining overnight. If you're missing that part, you're missing out a little bit.
That's when it goes. That's when it goes down. We've been all over the place, as we've talked about earlier. 10, 11 o'clock, I guess, kind of our sweet spot, Justin, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's all I know is that 7:30 was a terrible spot for us.
Well, only because we got in trouble.
That's what I'm saying. We are not 7:30 a.m. material.
Well,
That's for sure.
7:30 a.m. I think that was a beautiful spot. Other than Sal not showing up, and then he did because we were like chanting his name.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, we were upset about it.
when I take a nap, I have it on in the background too. Pull up Doormat's comment.
Oh, Doormat. Here we go. Doormat was on the pod 2 years ago. 3 a.m.
Nice.
slot.
Yeah,
We've been there. We've been there.
at 3 a.m.
30. Yeah.
Listen, we have cut our teeth on the podathon. This is the beauty of Sal. We were a podcast for 2 weeks, and I just randomly DM'd Sal. I was like, "Hey, can we be on the podathon?" He was like, "Sure. We love new podcasts." And we were a four piece when we started. We were like a 4-piece podcast, 4 guys. And when our parents, we were just a two guy podcast. That was like
we were a duet instead of 4.
we were
I
still
will tell you,
transitioning. That's some hot
It
sauce.
showed every ounce of you being new showed on that. It was terrible.
Hey, it's funny. That was
it's a
year
miracle
one.
the podathon recovered. Actually,
To be honest, if you started listening to the Hot Sauce podcast tonight, you would still think that we were brand new the way the
I
show.
know. Scott, I started off the pod with on mute, and I always
You
have
did.
like a big
No
intro to
intro
the
on
show,
mute.
and I brought it tonight. Like I brought some like A+ intro, and I'm just doing it, and the next thing you know, I'm just like, dang it. The microphone is crossed off on my StreamYard.
This isn't a new thing. Like,
No.
not with you. It's just people do it. I'm on Fantasy Football Weekly, which is the longest running fantasy show. It's into year 30 or 31 now, and every year at some point during the first episode, I start talking while I've got my thing muted. And it's almost a running joke at this point is that each season, like come week 1, I just forget I'm muted. So I don't even blame it as a new thing. It just happens, man. It just happens.
It does, and it happens to me. So I don't know. We do
Most of the time, it doesn't happen to people as they open their show. I'm just throwing it out there.
That's usually pretty true, though. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my bad. What am I going to do?
I think it's
All
a great
right,
intro for a Sal Leto show, though.
know.
It is. It's perfect for me. I think I
Sal-
gotta run.
Sal needs to go. We should wrap it up. I mean, me and Justin will you're welcome to stick around, but I think me and Justin will stick around for a tiny little bit. But hey,
You got
Sal,
Scott. Don't go anywhere until Scott hangs up. You shouldn't go anywhere.
all right,
No,
Sal.
I'm gonna go pretty quick too here. I have to go to bed. My son's got friends coming over early tomorrow morning before their basketball camp. So
Wow.
Bad life,
Are you
don't
done
worry.
with school already? School's out already?
he's done with school and he's got it's that fun time of year where basketball and baseball overlap. So he's got 2 sports almost every day.
Basketball.
He's
Yeah.
Just
That's
he had
amazing.
basketball for 3 hours and then he had a 2-hour baseball game and we get up in the morning and we go right back to basketball. So
Are you just chauffeuring him
a lot of
around?
fun.
That's what happens.
I'm sorry, what was that?
How old is your son?
He's 11.
So are you just chauffeuring at this point? You just like driving back and
Pretty
forth?
much. Pretty much. Yeah, I'm usually the pickup drop-off person, so yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Spectator. Yeah, I'm in the midst as well. Mix of it. Sal is not clearly.
My
Even
youngest
though-
daughter will be 20. My youngest kid will be 20 this year, man. It's nuts.
He's done
Nuts.
going to softball games and doing all that stuff. But hey, Sal, always a pleasure to have the Long Island, an actual serial killer on the show. Man, how often? When does that ever happen? You know, now he's the Brooklyn serial killer. Not yet. He will be once that starts hitting the news.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Yeah.
I finally get to meet Sal this year, by the way. I've known Sal for the better part of a decade, and we've never met. And we finally get to
in the
meet
same
this
room
year.
together. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are sharing
Big
a room.
hugs. Big hugs.
That's exciting. All right.
I snore.
Sal,
I snore, Scott.
we'll see you. We'll see you in about 3 weeks, my friend. I can't wait.
All right,
I'm
guys.
excited. You said you're going to make a special appearance outside of his. Now he's got Scott. Now Sal's all fancy. Now he only drops into the pod, but he's going to make a special drop-in appearance, allegedly, for when we come on. We'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Oh, on the podathon. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
I was confused too, guys. Don't worry.
Not with this attitude, Larry. Go to bed.
Hold on, but we're gonna have Sal over the house one of these days when he's not on field 6 sunbathing naked. See you later.
The odds keep getting lower and lower. The odds are depreciating every day. Yeah. Have things slowed down for you a little bit now that Safe Leagues is all the rookie drafts and everything is done?
I mean, no. I mean, yes, on that front, but then SFB just starts ramping up. So I feel like I have tailored my life to have just constant busy periods. It's just different things each time. So yeah, during the season, I do a lot more radio spots and I have a lot more shows going on. And during the June, July, it's a lot more SFB, and then early in the year it's Safe Leagues, and then right before the season started, Safe League. Like, it's just always busy. But I wouldn't have it any other way, right? Like, if you can do fantasy football full time for your career, like it's
not bad.
Yeah,
it's not a bad.
It's a lot of work, but it's work I enjoy doing. So
one thing I like about the SFB that it's evolved to is obviously the inclusivity of the whole tournament, and you are currently still, if you are a lady, you can get in the SFB if you so choose. Is that still true?
Oh yeah, I do that every year. I put out that tweet, and for a few days
why not, right?
And try to get anyone in that wants to play.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it should be. I mean, because yeah. It's tough to get into the Scott Fish Bowl. I mean, I've talked about it plenty of times. My first time ever Scott Fish Bowl, I watched Casey Kasem. And I don't even know if she had spots to give away, or you got jumped in. She did like a 3-hour freestyle rap.
Sure.
And she rapped nonstop. You remember that, Scott?
I do remember that. I do. We talk about that usually once a year, Casey and I do. Yeah.
She did like a 3-hour freestyle. This is for I don't even know if it was for charity. I think she just did it, and she had a couple spots.
It was. She tried to raise money with it, but yeah, it
was amazing. It was me and someone else in there, and I was just like, I'm in on this. This is amazing. And she was just like, and she was drinking, and she was just like going at it. It was amazing. And it was cool because she was just like, you get a spot to me. It was my first time ever in the fishbowl. And you were in the chat, and you were like, what's your Twitter handle? And I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And yeah, man.
That's pretty awesome. I don't even remember that part, honestly. Yeah. But that's awesome.
And you followed me on Twitter, right? It was like a bam. It was like bam, 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 and I was like, "This is great." It's like that. It's you feel that, man, and then maybe that's the direction you take, and you turn into a hot sauce pot. Who knows?
It really is getting into your first Scott Fish Bowl. Like the first one's like, dude, I got in. And then every year after that, you're like, man, I hope I get in. So,
well, Justin got in 2 hours prior or during 2 hours before our actual podcast appearance, our very first year. Right?
I got in watching the SFB Podathon. You did a contest, and I got in. And then 2 hours later, I was on the Podathon.
Yeah, 2 hours before we were going to be on the show, so we had like that incentive. Like he like woke his wife up who was sleeping.
Oops.
Right. So yeah, man, there's a lot of positivity, a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun involved in it, which is what fantasy football should
Up
always
on
be.
my
Anyway.
feed. Yeah, every
Yeah.
once in a while when I see a random show that pops up on my feed, I'll tune into it and I'll see if they're an SFB and I'll invite them on air just to see if to see if they notice they get invited on air. Sometimes it creates that absolutely hilarious reaction.
Yep.
Not hilarious, but awesome reaction, I should say.
Yeah, no,
Fun.
of course. It's just a good feeling, you know. I mean, I didn't catch wind of the Scott Fishbowl until I was a listener of the Dynasty Trades HQ podcast.
Okay,
That's why I got wind of the Fishbowl.
gotcha.
And I was, it's like, what's this? And then it was like kind of too late at that point. But I got in the next that was the next year was the Casey Kasem year.
Sure.
So, and then that was 2019. So, oh man, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So hold on, man. Are you a JJ McCarthy guy or what? Real fast. Let's do this. Oh, that's a deep breath.
It really sounds like it's going to be Darnold's job early on. Honestly, I don't know if you follow Vikings, not just Vikings Twitter, but Vikings beat writers and stuff. And
I do.
Kevin O'Connell press conferences, but I mean, Darnold's going to open camp as the one.
He's not a bad quarterback. I've been trying to tell Justin this forever.
It really feels like everything O'Connell is leading towards is he doesn't want to put JJ in until he has command of the offense. And it really feels like it's going to be Darnold early. And I was kind of hoping it'd be JJ for week one, but I knew they'd fight it out, but it's really feeling like Darnold early now.
Yeah, I know everyone loves the whole like experience thing. Oh, got to get him reps. You got to give him real time, real game action, but do you really have to though? Let him like, let him smell of the field at least, and just get himself.
Yeah, the problem is he's not
to
going to learn.
process.
He's not going to learn anything sitting behind Sam Darnold. There's nothing to learn from the Ghost Whisperer.
You can sit, get the fuck out of here. You can sit around for a game or two or three. I mean, when's their bye week? And who's the? You think Aaron Jones? Is he the running back?
Yes.
RB1? You have high hopes for Aaron Jones? It was pass catching ability. Do you think he's upset with the Packers?
So I just froze for like a minute there, and all I heard was, "Do you think he's upset with the Packers?" And yes, absolutely. I have no idea what you said before that. Sure, he's upset. I don't know who's upset with
Aaron
the
Jones. Is Aaron Jones upset with the Packers that he's going to run all over the place this year?
He could be. He could be. There's some really, really, really good reports about Aaron Jones out of camp. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll probably get the last little bit of Aaron Jones we can out of him, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so squeeze the juice and let it, and then dump him.
So did you know that in the Pigs leagues, right? Blast from the past. I went undefeated.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I went undefeated in the Pigs leagues.
You were undefeated in the Pigs leagues?
Well, I went undefeated in the Pigs league when no one else played. I started my lineup
because it was announced that the league was dying, was dead at the end of the season.
I was the only one that started a lineup, and I went undefeated. And I talked about it on the show
every week. I won. I'm undefeated in the Pigs league. It's like there's like 3 people playing.
Yeah, and then under my breath, I'd be like, "Yeah, but this league doesn't really exist." I feel like
congratulations on that championship that year.
I don't think you won.
I went undefeated. Of course I won. No one else had a starting lineup or like a legit starting lineup based on injuries and stuff. So anyway, no one else was paying. It was like me and one other guy that was in on it, and it was just me and him.
I kind of love that there were actually 2 of you. That's
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And I was picking up guys off waivers that were money. It was amazing.
Jeff looked up the same thing I did. The Vikings week 6 bye.
Wow.
So you get 5 weeks of Darnold.
That's a perfect transition week.
5 weeks of Darnold, and then roll out JJ.
So you got 5 weeks to move Darnold.
No. Because once he's on the field, you lose the opportunity to move him.
Oh, right.
No one wants a QB3.
Get out of here. Hey, man, he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when he's throwing to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison? And who's their, I guess, the backup?
Remember what I said earlier about good quarterbacks lift bad talent, but great talent can't lift a bad quarterback. Great talent cannot lift a bad quarterback. Doesn't happen.
Whatever. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It happens.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, man. What do you think, bro? Should we wrap it up, Justin?
I think it's time to wrap it, only because my internet is cutting out like crazy in the room I'm in, and it's probably time for me to get some sleep before.
Hold on. Here's one last quick one. Have you ever painted your face or chest for a football game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Back
in the
that's the first one ever. Let's hear it.
Yeah, long time ago in the not chest, but the way back in the day, John Randall had like major face paint and stuff.
Yes.
So I'd go to Vikings games with that face paint on for sure.
I'm not alone anymore, Larry.
All right. Yeah.
It's a good place to end it right there.
Obviously, Justin Rodgers is he's the man. He paints his face for Tennessee games, for Georgia games. He does the whole body, the torso, everything.
I didn't do the body, but yeah, I did the John Randall like huge like face.
Yeah, Randall, of course, man. That was intimidating too. You don't want to see that dude across the line coming at you with that shit on his face. Wow.
Scott, thanks for popping in, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. You guys have a great rest of your night.
All right, man. Love you, Scott. Thanks, brother.
Later. Yep.
Peace. All right.
I gotta go too because apparently I washed a pin in the kids' wash, so I don't know what the fuck's about to happen on the other end of this house.
Wow. Why is anyone awake right now in your house?
It's only 10:45.
Well, it's kind of late though. Kind of late for me, man. I usually go to sleep at I'm out cold by 10.
Oh no.
Eastern.
No. My wife might fall asleep watching a show at 10, but if it's just like, oh, it's 10 o'clock, she ain't going to sleep. Now, if you put the TV on,
is she watching like Grey's Anatomy and like Summer House? Like what's she into?
We're watching Fargo right now. Is what our show is.
Fargo.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh man,
do you like it?
Yeah. You need to watch it. It's on Hulu. I don't know. I don't know what else is on. It might be just Hulu.
How many is it? Is it like a bunch of seasons?
Yeah, but they're not related, so you can watch one without you.
How many seasons?
You can watch them independently. They're at least we're only on season 2. I'm not sure how many.
Out of how many? Okay. Then you just run out of gas on them, you think? Because there's so many? Is there like 20?
Yeah, I don't know how we haven't even looked to see how far this goes. We just decided, let's watch this.
So,
yeah.
Very cool.
But they're standalone seasons. They're linked, but they're not like if you wanted to watch season 2 without watching season 1, you could have. Anyways.
Well, hold on. Mark H. and Kehoe.
Yes, Paul Kehoe. Kehoe, not Kehoe. You made me sing. So Paul Kehoe and Mark Hollinger were our 2 winners.
Yep.
So, anyways, all right, brother.
All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. We'll see you next week. Oh, what are we gonna do? We'll let you know. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.